actually gone.
Hey, welcome everyone. I've got to pull up the fucking spiel.
We're highly trained professionals. We'll get our shit together one day.
One day.
It'll
Not
happen
today.
eventually.
Oiled machine.
Listen, you'd think I hadn't done this before.
It's fine.
Welcome to Ready Play Go, where a group of us nerdy streamers get together and pretend we know what we're doing.
We don't.
It's always relevant.
We never know.
Let us introduce these lovely people and let them say a little bit about themselves and what they've got going on. Avery?
Hello, everyone. I'm Avery Connors. I'm a variety streamer VTuber who is currently just playing Outer Wilds right now.
All right. Chris?
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a variety streamer as well, although I do partake in quite a few horror games. My main current game right now is Red Dead Redemption 2 because I love it and I love everything about it and I want to be there every day. And then we have this and D&D on a Sunday night and Phasmo on a Tuesday. Those are like the main scheduled games, so you should check them out. They're quite fun.
Dox.
Hey, I'm Dox. I'm like the rest of these people. I'm a variety streamer, and currently we just started the Tim Burton inspired Lost in Random, so we're going to be playing through that. It's really good. It's really good.
Haba?
Hello, I'm HabaDacter. You can find me over at HabaDacter, twitch.tv/HabaDacter. My brain is not working. I'm also on Twitter. I'm a variety streamer. I play Vampire the Masquerade every Tuesday, Bloodlines every Tuesday. I'm doing this. Apparently, I'm doing some Sims before here, except for today was bullshit. I don't know what I'm doing on Thursdays anymore. And apparently on Sundays, I'm doing Chill Vibes, which last week was playing Zoo Tycoon.
Okay.
That was fun to watch.
It was fun.
Phasmophobia on Tuesday. Sorry.
Okay.
Was it Chris and Avery?
Zim.
Hello, I'm ZemannTheMann, also known as Zim. I'm a variety streamer, but I'm kind of taking a break from that right now due to stuff in my own personal life. But I still usually do Phasmo with Haba, Chris, and Avery on Tuesday nights for now. But soon enough, I'll be going back again with streaming. But for right now, I'm taking a break.
And I am Dread Pirate Reynolds, currently on hiatus myself while I am taking care of this lovely show. But when I'm not doing this, we do a show on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. known as Chucklefucks, where a bunch of us get together, do voices over different video games. Recently, we've been doing the Ace Attorney series. We're on the last game. Not the last case yet, but once this vampire wraps up, we might finish that off in between games. Yeah, make sure you follow all these lovely people. They deserve all your love. I mean, to begin with, let's start with a warning. Vampire the Masquerade has very mature themes and scenarios involved in the game. And if at any time you feel like it's upsetting you and you need to step away, please do so. Supporting us should not be more important than your own mental well-being. Furthermore, the characters in this game are flawed individuals who make questionable actions and definitely are not role models. Jubilant.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Please do not emulate any actions or decisions made during this chronicle.
Jubilant is a perfect angel in every way. Every way.
250 grand.
Shush.
With that having been said, let us jump into our first episode of Sanguine Story. Or not our first.
Third.
Third now.
Yeah.
Our third episode of Sanguine
Do I
Stories.
start again? I'll start
Heralds
again.
and Heresies. When we
Oh,
last
it's gonna
left
be
off,
me.
Amateur over here.
when we last left off, we had two individuals who had made decisions that will affect their lives in different ways. On one hand, we had Aleister, who was headed off to the Chantry to find out more about the symbols that he had found and what they may mean. And Jubilant, who, continues her tirade of terror. I think we'll start off with Aleister. Aleister, you are on your way to the Chantry.
Yep.
Do you make any kind of calls or anything beforehand, or are you just headed there?
No. We did the call. I called my sire, and that's where I got the address for the Chantry. We did that beforehand, or at the end of the last section.
Okay.
So
We will
basically, just after he got off the phone, he'll go to the Chantry.
Okay, we'll pick up with you stepping out of your car in front of a rather old-looking library.
Oh.
As you walk in the door, instead of greeted with your typical rows of books and silence, you are almost unnaturally shunted into a blank space. Goes on forever. And it's just darkness. A voice calls out in the darkness. As the sounds of the night go quiet. What is your business here?
Good evening, Aleister Crowley. I am here for research.
Affiliation and city.
By affiliation, do they want to refer to like my sire, or are they referring to? Because I would know how to introduce myself at least to the
Right.
my own people.
When it comes to your clan, when they say affiliation, they want to know your superiors and what city you're from.
Okay. Let's see. He says, I am in the care of Constantine Adrinesque, and I'm from Chicago.
You're left there in the quiet and the dark for what seems like hours. And then the light opens up, seemingly out of nowhere, as a doorway appears.
Head toward the doorway.
As you head through, it is everything you would expect from an chantry. It is vast and expansive, with impossible ceilings and books beyond your sight, along with different areas where you can hear different incantations and spells going off. As
it feels like coming home.
As you're met with an individual by the name of Wesley. Hello, Master. My name is Wesley. How may I be of service to you?
Good evening, Wesley. Nice to meet you. If you can direct me to where I can look up Enochian language and symbols, that would be perfect.
That would be in our ancient history section. If you would follow me, please.
Thank you.
As he takes you down the corridors, the smell of different chemicals and ingredients waft through the air, as you never actually see anything ever happening, but you feel the effects going off right outside of your sight. Sometimes it pulls your attention to something that you should be able to see, but there's nothing there. And sometimes your mind seems like it's taken control of by something that you cannot see, and then almost immediately return to you.
I can't say they're not thorough.
You get the feeling it feels like when you were training and all the safeguards were in place to make sure nothing lasting ever took place. So if you were, say, the target of a spell that took control of your mind, the safeguards would kick in and return it to you.
Nice. Or if I'm like, not here for the reason that I stated, and maybe it
and also is
betrayal of some kind.
There you have contingencies upon contingencies upon contingencies upon contingencies upon contingencies.
Gotta be that way.
They take you to the section that he was talking about, and there, off in the rafters, you can see a few people on very tall ladders searching shelves. Wesley points to a book section, and almost at the top of the tower that you're now in. He says, if you're looking for him, probably up there.
Don't have much cause to look up Enochian these days. That doesn't surprise me too much, but it can be very interesting.
We were
I don't know if you've
told that by Constantine that you had something for us to take care of.
Oh yes. My research note. I have research notes based on what I'm looking up here as well. Who would I give them to when I'm before I leave?
You can hand them to me as you leave.
Okay. And make sure. Yeah, because this is something that we're gonna want to keep track of in case anything happens to me. It's very dangerous, especially when Enochian rituals.
I might ask, what is this about? I was not informed.
Oh, I didn't really go into a lot of detail since I don't know everything yet. Hence the reason I'm here. You may have heard that there was a murder last night.
There was a murder.
Yeah, somebody killed one of the kindred right on the border between the two Anarch factions.
Well, that
I know,
should make
right?
things interesting.
Exactly, and but not sure exactly what's going on yet. We don't know who did it yet, but the body was carved up, heart in hand, disemboweled, drained of blood, Enochian symbols. It looks to be some type of demon summoning and possession, perhaps. Like I said, I didn't bring all of my Enochian material with me, so I need to look up more into it so I can understand who. It's quite possible
you may
someone's
be,
trying to summon a Lord of Hell.
Seems to me you may be running down a lead that leads somewhere else than you are thinking. I've heard
possible.
of rumors amongst the Sabbat of a clan of demon worshippers. But, I mean, I have not had any contact with them to verify.
Yes,
Nor would I wish to.
There was a sword symbol engraved, carved into one of the arms of the victim. And I seem to recall that particular sect does use a sword for their symbol, which is another... That is another thing that I want to look up while I'm here. The Enochian, I want to just make sure I can understand everything that was trying to be done.
Well,
Then,
let me know
I'll
if
probably
there's
need to look up
anything
some
I can
stuff
help
on the
you
Sabbat.
with.
The Sabbat you can help me with?
I said, let me know if there's anything you can help me with while you are here.
That I can help you?
That I can help you with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anything, that particular demon worshipping Sabbat sect. If you have any notes on them, you can just bring them to me if there's a medium amount of them or something. But if you've got a big section, then I'll just go there after I'm done here.
I will see what I can find.
Thank you very much.
And he walks away.
So I'll look up the letter. Oh boy.
There are also rings, like you can see rings of what am I trying to say? Like outcroppings where people are walking on.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to climb a ladder the whole way.
There doesn't seem to be any staircases that lead to them.
Of course not. Got this MC Escher library going on here.
It's funny you say that because some of the people that are on these letters are not oriented the way that you would expect them to be.
Yeah. I freaking love MC Escher. Anyway, all right, yeah. So Aleister will attempt to make his way through either ladder or otherwise to reach where the book section was pointed out to him to check out whatever he can find.
We will pan away from that. As we make our way to Jubilant, who is, I'm guessing, freaking out in her car on the way to Mathias.
I got to Mathias last time, if you remember.
Yeah.
And I came in and I was like, I made an oopsie.
We will reunite with the rest of the crew, I guess.
Hi. So I think last time I told them that I made an oopsie, that I broke somebody's neck. Oh, yes, because he told me he could have just arranged for me to meet her, and I cried. That's where we left off. Jubilant's just crying.
So, it appears we need to steal a dead body this evening.
You got any contacts at the morgue?
No, I don't. I have lots of people, lots of interest, but don't usually need to go to the morgue. That's why we have to steal a body.
Okay.
Genius idea.
Do we actually need to steal the body?
Well,
People are gonna know that there was a body, unless we can wipe all records of it and remove all possible witnesses. And how did you kill the person, Jubilant?
I broke their neck.
Oh,
You didn't drink their blood, at least in public. So as far as the police know, there's just a crazy woman who broke someone's neck. I don't think we need to steal the body.
It was at Baron John's casino, if that makes a difference.
I think that makes it worse.
Couldn't tell you.
I think that makes it worse, probably. You
Um,
murdered someone at the home of a baron.
Well, outside of his home.
I mean, even I haven't done
close
something
enough.
like that.
Still close enough.
Well, let's not get like
Were you
bogged
seen?
down. Let's.
Yeah, someone saw me, and I told them to leave.
and they just left?
I mesmerized them, yes.
Of course.
So they saw your face.
Which is why we need to steal the body, get rid of the Topsy report, and suppress the coverage. Because we need to make it disappear. So it becomes a conspiracy theory. Or one of those statistics here in St. Louis.
Well, it probably doesn't make it better, but I am technically employed by Baron John as of now to investigate this other murder that we're supposed to be doing. And so I imagine that he would probably, I would hope, oh dear God, I hope that he would not give any surveillance footage of me.
Guess it all
Hopefully.
depends on his mood and how much he likes you.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna be lucky if he doesn't put a fucking blood hunt on you.
Well, we have a couple options. We could go talk to John and see if he's agreeable to assist Jubilant in cleaning up her mess. We could do a Mission Impossible and steal the body ourselves. Or we could just sweep it under the rug and hopefully nothing comes of it. I don't. It is really up to you. How do you want to fix this, Jubilant?
I would like to just pretend like it never happened, but I think the fact that I did it right in front of John's home, he probably already knows that I did it, and maybe pretending to not have done it is perhaps not really possible at this point in time.
How many points in
Option
etiquette
A
do you have,
or
Jubilant?
I think the witness that watched you do it kind of makes it where you can't pretend it didn't happen.
How many points in etiquette do you have, Jubilant?
I think I have either 3 or 4. Let me double check. I have high etiquette.
And you
I have 3.
definitely know what is rude and what is not in this situation.
Oh god. So habit to dread. I feel like I gotta go talk to John and apologize and probably grovel.
Yes, especially since you've essentially shit in his front yard
Yeah.
while staring him in the eye. like that's the level of disrespect we're talking about.
I mean, it wasn't like on. But there.
Dropped trow, stared him down, and went, "Hey, look at me."
Hey, I'm the murderer now.
So, yes, I think the best thing to do is to probably.
There's 2 choices you have, and you know that you have. You can either apologize or get the fuck out of his territory.
Well, that's not going to work. I'm supposed to be investigating something for him, so
Yeah,
I'll
he
go
knows-
apologize. feels like the only option if we're being real. I think that I need to go apologize to John, but also maybe it would be better if I showed up with, not just myself, to be like, I am actually trying to do the thing that you sent me to do, and also, I'm so sorry. I have a problem. The problem is
You would
gone
also
now.
know that in these situations, a gift is usually appropriate.
Oh my god, a
You
fucking
have high
gift!
etiquette. You know this.
I have no idea what kind of fucking gift to give him. A song. A performance. A free Deatherage family performance.
That tends to go well.
I got a high
You would have to bring
performance.
the entire choir with you.
Well, who we have, which is not. We don't have like the whole family. It would
Right.
be Jubilant and company.
And you do have options. You could make a call.
Can make a call to Daddy and ask him to lend me the choir.
On your second day
Fine. I'm gonna
of
call Daddy.
officially being open as a church.
I'm gonna call Daddy.
Okay. Do you do this in front of everyone, or do you? Okay. Role play this, because I was talking to you as the DM.
Yes.
You didn't.
So she's just gonna. All of this has been in her head. She's gonna pick up her phone. No, she could talk to Jessica first.
Okay. I warned you. You told me to shut up.
That I did. But the question now is, do I just go offer myself in the teeny tiny little satellite church that we
You
have?
got yourself into this. You get yourself out of it. And she just disappears.
Call Dad.
And we all see her speaking to no one,
Yeah.
right?
I was going to say that's like
First
Yeah,
time you guys are
I'm
saying that too.
Alien
Yeah,
will lean into
yeah.
Karter, kind of be like, who's she talking to?
I don't know. She's
Okay.
a crazy cultist.
Gonna pick up the phone, call Daddy Death.
Deatherage Family Tabernacle.
Is that like the office, or is that?
Yeah.
Hello, it's Jubilant. I need to talk to Daddy, please.
Oh, hi, Jubilant. How are you?
I'm
How's
fine,
things
thank
doing out in St. Louis?
They are just amazing. Wonderful. St. Louis is very large.
Oh, I imagine. I always want to be there. Daddy told us that we can't. So you got to tell me all about it after.
Sure will.
I'll put you through.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you have no idea which of your sisters that was.
Charity, Faith, who the fuck knows?
Doesn't matter in this moment.
Does not matter. Not who I need to talk to.
Jubilant, how are you?
Well, Daddy. A vampire was, no. A possible angel has fallen in St. Louis. He was murdered. I spoke to the Baron. Is he the Baron of the North? South. The Brother Steele pointed me towards the Baron of South St. Louis, Baron John.
How is Brother Steele?
I mean, he's fine, I guess. He thinks he can teach me more about Cain than you.
If anyone could, it would be him. But I wouldn't take anything he says too to heart. I mean, the man is...
I'm not.
The man is...
He doesn't seem quite as devout.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. The man is devout in his own way. But I would say that he has interesting views that I do not share.
That seems about right, Daddy. But anyway, so he sent me to Baron John, and Divinity and I went there, and then the Baron told me to leave St. Louis. And I got upset, and I started talking to Jessica, and then he said never mind, and gave me a job to find out who murdered this angel, because they did it
then
like
it's Providence, ain't it?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Mr. John runs a casino. Did you know that?
You were in a den of iniquity.
That's not really the point. The point is that the real Jessica was there, and
Jubilant, what did you do?
I tried to get on her bus, and I broke somebody's neck, and someone saw me, and I mesmerized them and sent them away.
Is this the angel that fell?
No, this was a human person that had not ascended to angelic heights.
Well,
and
that's unfortunate, but it happens.
It is unfortunate, but I did it right in front of Baron John's casino. And so
Jubilant,
do you
understand the situation you were putting me in?
It's bad, and I know that. I'm gonna go apologize to him with some other people that the other Baron is having investigate the murder. And Jessica's gone now, so that's not gonna happen again. So it's just my normal Jessica now. And so but
Jubilant,
I have to give him a gift, Daddy.
Jubilant.
Yes, Daddy.
You begged me to let you out there on your own to prove yourself. And now you want me to come down there and help you?
Well, I don't know what kind of gift would make this better. And Divinity's just yelling at me all the time. She doesn't listen. And like, I don't know what kind of gift is appropriate. I was thinking that I could possibly offer, my voice and my song to his casino, but I don't know if that is enough. Or
careful of the deals you make with a man who runs a den of iniquity.
Daddy, that's why I'm calling you. And so I don't
Easy
know.
is the path of corruption.
I know, Daddy. But I'm supposed to be helping our family be safer instead of on our own.
And you kill somebody in front of the Baron in order to do this.
That was...
Seems like the opposite of what you should have done.
I know, Daddy, and I'm trying to fix it.
I understand, Jubilant, but how will you learn anything if I solve all your problems from you?
I'm not asking you to solve my problems. I'm just maybe asking to borrow maybe some of the choir as a short-term gift.
Songbird, do you know where we are right now?
No, Daddy, I do not.
We are out by Seattle. Unfortunately, this is something you're going to have to fix on your own.
Do you think... Would my talents be gift enough, or do you think that I need something bigger, Daddy? I'm asking you for advice. Not to fix it, for advice.
Anything that I could offer you in advice-wise would probably not be helpful. Because what I would do is not something that you can do.
Well, what is that?
I would offer him a boon from me and my entire church.
Don't have a boon to give.
You must make a grand gesture. Figure out what he likes and get him it.
Okay. Thank you. Good night, Daddy.
Listen, Songbird.
Yes, Daddy.
Next time you call me, I want good news.
Yes, Daddy.
Good evening. And he hangs up.
Mathias, do you know what John likes? What he would consider to be on the level of a boon? Because obviously I can't give him a boon. I just have a teeny tiny satellite tabernacle, and I'm not even.
Well, boon may be a bit much. Seeing as how you don't have much to give outside of yourself. Information. He does like information, secrets. He is a little foolish.
A little what?
It's troll. He's trollish, you know.
Oh.
He likes information. You give him a little something, he might forgive you. Or you could give him something to feed on. But that would get messy.
I have anybody for him to feed on.
Well, I mean, you could always go get somebody, but you know. I would stick with the information. Secrets are, I would assume, are his thing. He's barren, likes to maintain his power. Secrets are probably a good gift.
I don't know what kind of secrets that I have.
Well, then you may be able to give him a little information on JD. Or a competitor. You know, the church is... They're making waves in the south. It might... John might be a little paranoid about it. So if you could tell him something about Brother JD...
The church.
If it doesn't find out that you gave it, then you're fine.
I'm not going against the church. Not happening.
Okay, all right. I mean, a bottle of wine, some flowers might help. You could tell him about a secret about your family. I would not recommend a boon because right now is.
Well, I don't have a boon. I meant like.
Well, you could do a personal boon, but I wouldn't. It put you at his service, and John's kind of. You know
what? I'm just gonna let's. Do you guys want to accompany me over there? Because I really don't want to go by myself.
Oh, sure. I shall join you.
You guys
if not anything, it'll be entertaining.
Karter and Uilleam, you guys coming too? Yeah.
I mean, I've got nothing else to do. That's could be funny.
Fantastic. Let's go.
I love that he says that could be fun, and then he cuts you off and you say E.
Finishing Southern sandwiches.
Now, Dread, one thing. Have I dealt with John extensively as much as I had Dante, or no?
You've had dealings with him. I mean, obviously, you only really know him as more of a superficial, and that's really more his preference than yours. He likes he knows you, and he probably knows more about you than you knew about him.
Right. Unlike
Would I
Dante,
know-
where Dante and I have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Would I know a bunch about him? Having been here for a while.
William,
Probably have dealt
you
with
know that
my antics.
John is very much, his personality would be more akin to somebody from like the 1920s than somebody of today and age. He's
But what you're-
very much old school mob.
So what you're saying is John is the Baron that before this game is done, I will have called a cunt. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
He is my target. Okay. Target acquired.
Train just keeps rolling downhill.
Ain't no brakes.
Like a freight train with
in the
no brakes.
library, and we're going to apologize for murder.
I'm gonna put. She is, not me.
Yeah.
Now you
Hands are clean on this one.
emotional
Also-
support.
Also, where was the church that you burned down?
I don't think it
I
was
don't-
far for the crime scene, so that could
Was it on
also
the
be-
south side or the
Yeah.
north side of the crime
Matthias took
scene?
me there. I don't know. Matthias took me there.
Matthias?
Where's the
well,
Street? 'Cause that's what he said.
Since you were headed on your way to,
The only thing I know
The
is that it's
church,
a
right?
Catholic church. I went in and
you guys were on your way to Jubilant's church. And
Yeah,
that is in
I-
the Southern Territory. You stopped
Okay.
off at a church on the way. The crime scene is right on the border, so it would have to have been a church in his territory. So yes, Matthias, you do have something to apologize for.
Well, it would be the probably the church on 7th Street.
Sure.
And South Solard, I guess, would be where it is.
Just a little burnt down church and the entire congregation. Oops.
it was nighttime though. I mean, I feel
It was a small midnight mass. Come on now.
It was, but all of the priests. And a historic structure. You do have something to apologize for. Jubilant much more so.
This day just gets better and better.
I was gonna let it go until I got a text message, but that's fine.
okay.
I guess we're off to the casino.
Okay. Does Jubilant know anything about JD Steele other than he's the youngest, Southern Baptist
Well, you do know that
president?
he mentioned a whole lot of stuff to you when you were there last time. Did you take any notes?
I took a ton of notes.
Well,
But
there you go.
Helium
You
would
have-
have told you that he was a cunt, by the way.
JD Steele John.
He would have let you know
The Aleister, that's not mine. That's 2 pages of Aleister. That's 2 pages of Uilleam and Mathias trying to cockblock each other. 3 pages.
Juju, I succeeded. I'm Mr. Steal Your Girl.
There's only one person that tried to cockblock somebody else. The other person
Get
did.
that straight. Score Matthias 1, Helium nada.
that. The only note that I've got is that he's a green skin Nosferatu.
Yes.
That's kind of all I wrote down in that whole thing, but I was already seeing him.
You had your own problems happening.
Aleister, Danica, blah blah blah. Marshall, blah 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 blah. Barons. Uilleam,
So we're gonna make
Mathias,
a
Uilleam.
transition to scene back to
JD Steele, de
Aleister.
facto leader of the Church of Cain.
You don't have to read it out loud. Just read it.
I mean,
We're going to transition back over to Aleister. It's been about an hour, and you've been searching, and you've found different things talking about Enochian. It's the first language. It was the language of the first city. The city that Cain built. That's really the only significance you've been able to find. It's very ancient, and it was the language of the first city. Some people attribute it to a cult, since it's being so old, but it's a long dead language.
Did I find the any specific translations, like any new information on the ritual that I didn't already get?
Give me an occult.
I did get a fair amount on the ritual.
Yeah, you're doing research in here, so it's not gonna be a hard, because you have all the resources of the pantry. So it's gonna be a intelligence occult roll, difficulty 3.
Okay. Intelligence.
And since this is a blood ritual, you can add the extra die that you have in that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't need it. I got 5 out of 3.
Yeah, you did fine. With 5 successes, you know that the information that you're able to get is interestingly enough a very familiar name. The name Crowley.
Interesting.
But it's written in Enochian. And it seems to have been the target of the ritual.
Also, interesting and concerning.
Now, you don't know whether or not it means you or the other
Aleister Crowley. I mean, considering he's probably still in Europe somewhere.
Maybe.
No, wait. Didn't the vampires get purged from Europe though?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So there aren't any vampires.
There are
Europe.
vampires in Europe.
It's well, not Europe. The UK.
Their major strongholds have been decimated in Europe, including the pyramid in Venice, which was the main headquarters.
Right. That was a rather significant event. Okay. Well, I might keep that particular part of this to myself. Well, not from my colleagues, of course, not from my people, obviously. They need to know everything. Especially if it's not targeted at me. But, interesting.
Now, there are 2 things you could take away from this. The timing and everything that happened seem very uncharacteristically well-timed for you arriving in time.
Right. True.
It either could be, and I'm not saying this is not the only options you have, but
sure.
A very likely thing from your research and everything you're doing is you arriving in town, they believed you were the real Aleister Crowley, and they were attempting to bind you to their service.
Interesting. Wow.
Or
Fascinating.
Or
Or
rumors of Aleister Crowley's death may be true. Or maybe not. Maybe that's why it failed.
yeah, we don't know. I mean, yeah, 'cause if they were trying to bind the real Aleister Crowley, but thinking it was me, that would also be a reason why it would fail.
Right. There are multiple things that you can go on here,
Okay.
and multiple threads that can be chased down. But that's just from the research you've done on the words that are due. These are just
Okay.
good assumptions you can make.
Okay. Has Wesley come back with the materials on the Sabbat?
You're still up on the.
Oh yeah. Well, after about a,
you wouldn't be able to see him on the ground floor from where you are.
right. So gleaning what I can so far, then yeah, I will make my way back down to see if I can.
Now
find
here's the
him.
question: do you do it the fun way, or do you do it the safe way?
Absolutely.
So he puts his ankles on the outside of the ladder, puts his hands on the rails, and just slides all the way the fuck down.
Just like in every damn video game you've ever played that has to make you climb a ladder. Do it the fun way.
Give me a
Oh no.
dexterity athletics check,
All right.
because
Oh,
if
boy.
you slip, you're falling the rest of the way.
Yeah. I'm going to eat shit otherwise.
Standard diff.
What's the difficulty?
Standard 2.
Okay. That's 1 out of 2.
Woo! And you're halfway down. You're like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. You climb the rest of the way down.
Could have been so much worse. I mean, I'm trying to keep my credibility here with my people.
You make your way down to the bottom, and Wesker is standing there almost amused at what he just saw.
He'll just straighten his suit jacket and just be like, "Wow, everybody's got to attempt it once."
It is fun, yes. I was able to find this, and he hands you a book with a symbol on the front that is of a skull. It looks like an ankh with a skull at the top instead of the circle. The top loop.
Okay, Ankh with top loop is a skull. That's comfortable sounding.
And since you just did the research, you know that it says under it, "Nod" in Enochian.
Oh dear. Yeah, would I know the significance of that name?
Absolutely, with the rating you and intelligence you have, you are absolutely, you know the name, and you know the reputation of the Book of Nod.
Okay. Oh, man.
Now, it's obviously not an original.
Well, yeah, of course not. Holy shit.
Nonetheless, You are staring at a copy of the Book of Nod.
That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm. I'll start paging through it. See if I can find a little bit of what I'm looking for. Like, anything I can kind of glean on.
It is the story of. It is the full story of Cain's killing of Abel, him being thrown out of the, being cursed, finding Lilith, that whole story. The eventual betrayal of Lilith to Cain, and him moving on to start the first city of Nod, his first generation, his second generation, then his third generation, which devoured his second generation, and he cursed the third generation and was done with all of them. It doesn't really talk about demon worship, because that's not the purview of the Book of Nod. But that is the closest thing he could find to anything having to do with the Sabbat, because this is the book that the Sabbat used as their religion.
Okay, they do. Okay, is that? I did a little bit of looking up in my in the vampire book, and the only thing it really says about the Sabbat is that they believe that the apocalypse is coming.
They call it,
and
Gehenna.
they basically want all kindred to embrace their monstrous nature and reject humanity.
The Sabbat, from if you ask Wesker,
I personally don't know a lot.
If you ask Wesker, he says, well, by reputation, the Sabbat believe that what they call the antediluvians, they believe that they are going to wake up and consume everyone. That is an event they know as Gehenna. Other than that, I'm not much for fanatics.
They haven't found any pockets of them around here, have we? I've heard rumors that sometimes that they have a couple of secret pockets that masquerade as to use the term as Camarilla allies or Anarch factions as well.
None known, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
Bunch of crazies is what it is.
You're speaking to the choir.
I know. We should just stamp them all out already.
Oh, it was that easy. The Camarilla would have done it a while ago.
The Camarilla couldn't find, their asshole in a desert.
Do not underestimate the Camarilla. That is what one does when they are about to die.
I suppose just, recent events with how things have gone with them, I don't have a very good opinion of it.
I mean, to be fair...
they never really had a good opinion.
To be fair, we had standing with them only because we had things over them.
Well, right, and now they've kind of...
Now we don't.
Yeah.
So, it's a problem we're aiming to fix.
Right. And perhaps maybe their involvement with the Sabbat might be something we can hold over them again.
Perhaps, if it's them. But make sure you're very certain of that before you make that accusation.
Oh yeah, no, that's you don't just go accusing people of being part of the Sabbat until you're sure.
Well, you can, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah. Boy, this has definitely gotten a lot more complicated than. Well, anyway,
St. Louis has always been a complicated city.
That's what I've heard. I mean, I've only had the embrace about a decade, so I haven't dealt with this nearly as long as my sire and the rest, but trying to do my best. But I've made some copies, I've made a copy of some of my notes here with what I've looked up with Enochian. Very concerning. I found that perhaps, well, I found the word Crowley written in Enochian on our victim, and the timing just seems really, suspicious of my arrival to here in St. Louis. A blood ritual showing up as soon as I arrive with my name written in. Well, I mean, we don't know what happened to my namesake or anything, but I don't know, maybe some idiot thought that I was the real one. But
strange times these nights.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep looking into this. But I've met a couple of other kindred that are also investigating this with under either of the two Anarch Barons. One of them has a little bit of knowledge that may help. Another one is a local who is in with the Barons. I also acquired the services of a sort of bodyguard, as it were, who can also assist me in tracking down a little bit of information on some of these people. And some kind of homeless guy. Not sure what he brings to the table, but apparently he tripped over the body, tracked blood everywhere into a nearby house. Yeah, it's from what I gather, we're going to have to go and.
I don't think you know that. He never.
Well, I was at the crime scene.
Yeah, he didn't tell us that.
He never told us that he.
Oh, we didn't know that
we just
Uilleam
know
did that?
Someone did.
We know someone
okay.
did, but we don't know that it was Uilleam.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I
don't know that. I was. Gonna
You don't even know
suggest
that he was covered in blood.
That's right. I didn't know that. Okay, never mind. I didn't bring that up at all.
Okay.
I don't know anything about having to steal a body because we might have some contacts with the morgue.
And you haven't responded to the text.
Well, I just read it. Yeah, I left it on
also,
red.
the other thing you notice that while you're in here, you have no signal at all.
Of course. That's to be expected.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, if there's nothing else in particular that I can gain from the Book of Nod, then I'll return that to Wesley along with the notes that of my current level of research, everything that I've gleaned so far, and I'll tell him.
He'll just hand out his hand for the satchel you wanted to give him.
What's that?
You said you wanted to hand him a satchel of all your stuff, right?
A satchel of all my stuff.
The stuff that you were going to hand over for safekeeping.
Well, I said I was going to give him my notes.
Yeah, I figured you had it in like some sort of container or something, not just loose notes.
Just some various papers.
Okay.
Probably papers in a folder.
Okay. I didn't know if you came with like a leather bag or anything you wanted to keep it in or anything.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he has like something that looks like kind of like a laptop bag or something, but he would just like keep papers and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would just hand over the papers in like a folder.
Yeah, he was assuming that you were going to hand him the bag, but as soon as you hand him over, he was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, he's got other shit in there too. Like,
yeah. Well, this is the type of thing that is usually done. Like, here, hold this for me for a while, you know. And then he just
right.
Know?
Well, in any case, I'll associate myself with some of these other kindred that may be able to assist. They might.
The night is your
own,
brother.
But I might have to come back another night or two, depending on how events transpire and maybe look up some other information.
Well, you are always welcome here.
Thank you, brother. And have a great night? No. They wouldn't say that. That's my customer service brain talking. It's like, go with peace. No.
Be well.
Yeah, I don't know what their traditional
It's fine.
Crab
farewell.
nipple.
Yeah, but he'll give him the traditional
awkward
farewell.
goodbye.
Yes, the awkward
Somebody
goodbye.
you're
Like,
supposed to respect, but you don't know really well. It's like,
yeah, we don't know each other really well yet, but yeah, just let them know what's going on. The people who are running here, and I will. If you don't hear back from me in about a couple of days, assume I'm dead.
he walks away. And you notice that the door, as you turn around, is the same front door you walked through in the beginning, not the portal.
This stuff always makes things just very convenient. So yeah, he'll
And
just
you
go through
walk
the door.
out when you walk out into the night, city sounds come rushing right back.
All right, and then I will then get into the car and head for wherever our established meeting point was.
Where was the meeting
I don't-
place supposed
was
to be,
it-
Mathias?
Yeah, was it the casino or?
No, it was at the Gentleman's Club.
Okay.
That we've just left.
Yes, the
Yeah,
one
we
that you
just left.
left.
So I will text him that we are headed to the casino.
How
Okay.
long ago
Yeah.
was that? Because never mind. I'm not asking. Why am I asking you? That's for me to decide. As soon as
Say,
you
like,
get
10
outside,
minutes.
Aleister, you hear. Bling 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 bling
Oh,
bling 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 bling. And you have about 50 text messages over the last 4 hours.
I'll just scroll to the most recent one. I'll just skip the rest of them. Well, as soon as I see the first one, is like, "Where the hell are you?" Right?
Yeah, it's a bunch of your contacts that have orders that if they don't have a received notice from you by a certain time, they are supposed to release things.
Whoops. I will definitely respond to those ones. Just like, all right,
And amongst them, while you're scrolling through them, you see a text message from Mathias from about an hour ago saying we're headed to the Southern Baron.
Okay. And I would assume at this point they had at least told me where it was.
River City Casino in Hotel.
Yeah. All right. So after I see that, I'll just leave it on red, and and then head and get in my car and head to the casino.
Okay. Mathias, Karter, Jubilant, Uilleam. You all pile into the town car and head your way over to the casino. Police are outside. And there's police tape all around.
We're gonna head to the back of the casino.
See, before we get out, can we see if Mathias knows or notices Uilleam damaging his car even more?
Roll dex stealth, roll your perception based on the difficulty is going to be his successes.
Okay,
Doesn't matter the difficulty.
right, it's 2 then.
What is my character sheet?
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta reload roll 20.
It will only let me.
It froze.
It's telling me that I have to click and drag my dice, but my dice aren't here. Where do I drag what?
What?
Yeah, it wants me to click and drag my dice.
Turn off the 3D dice.
Yeah, I'm just
I
going to do that.
don't know why it's doing that. It
Yeah.
did it for me.
Yeah, that's why I was.
You have to do. Did you turn on automatically roll it?
I don't know. No.
'Cause there were three settings in there.
There we go. Right, try that again then. Health, dexterity, the extra dice.
So, just awareness or an awareness and resolve?
Right, no.
I'm waiting for him to roll first.
Yeah, it still didn't roll. Hold on.
Just turn off.
Just turn it
Yeah.
off. That's fine.
3D dice.
Oh, it rolled.
Okay.
Alright, okay, I'll just.
That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. Difficulty 6 to find out he just ripped a hole in your fucking backseat.
I was gonna say that's a
this
messy
fucking
critical.
big.
I've tried to pick a wee thing that size and it's just went. Right along the
Like you
roof,
pull a piece of string off your shirt, but just pull
Yeah.
the entire threading out.
I've picked a wee thing on the roof and
Nope.
I've just pulled the roof.
You didn't
Ooh,
notice
six.
it.
Didn't
You
notice.
didn't hear him do it, so you didn't notice it.
I'm going to kill all of you before this is over.
What, you never saw it, so why would you kill me?
I said I am. Mathias didn't see shit.
Anyway, as we were at the casino.
Yeah,
And I put
you
that
pull
line
out
in
this
my
chunk,
pocket.
you're like, and then you just turn your back to it and lean against it.
I'll roll down the window and kind of just. So are we here?
You tell the driver to pull around back. He does so, and he
Exit the
pulls down
vehicle.
into the underground garage.
So we go.
By the way, as you were pulling in, you did notice that the tour bus is still there because there's a police investigation.
Almost like one of their crew got murdered right outside of it. Well, let's go see the Baron.
Are you trying to get me to kill myself? Like,
Dude, I'm not the one that told you to fucking kill somebody from your crew in front of the Baron.
I didn't do it on purpose. It was a shit roll.
Not done it. Could've just
I'm
done
not your
something
enemy.
else.
Your fucking dice are
I
there.
have an obsession. Okay?
I'm not your enemy. The dice are, okay? Anyways, you pull in. He steps out and walks to the back and opens the door for
Thank you, Omar.
you, Mathias, on your side.
Thank you, Omar. I appreciate it.
Just
He waits
open
for
the
you to
door
get
that's
out.
closest to me and get out as well.
Goes around to the other side to open the door for Uilleam.
Well,
I'll just head in.
Uilleam.
Oh yeah, I'll probably just stay by the car.
He
Don't
opens the
think
door
I'll-
for you to get out of the car.
Oh yeah, I'll get out the car, but I'll just kind of like stay standing at like outside the car. I'll not go into the casino.
As you walk out of the car, it was Hector, right?
Omar's the driver.
Omar's the driver. You confused me earlier.
Hector's the valet.
The driver is a valet.
No. He's a valet at the house.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Driver.
Gotcha.
Omar is my general service
Okay.
man. Hector is my
Omar
house man.
looks at the seat and goes, "Oh fuck."
Oh yeah, that like I don't know what happened. Like it was like that when I got in. I think there was this raccoon that just like
You're hearing this, Mathias. He's not being quiet.
Walk into the casino. That'll be dealt with later.
He looks to William and says, "You know, you make more work for me than you make it a problem for him, right?"
Yeah, but you can charge him more.
No, I can't. I'm on contract, man.
Oh, that's up to you then.
Maybe don't make my job harder. Fuck with him all you want, just don't make my job harder.
Right, well, you can tell me how I can make his life harder without fucking you, then we have a deal.
Okay. He goes over to the other door, opens the door for Jubilant.
Thank you. Just get that.
And Karter, you're already left, so.
Yep. I'm following Mathias into the casino.
Same.
Scene is similar to it was before, only all the posters of Jessica Simpson are taken down. All the everything that says that she's performing here is gone. So,
Gonna make our
Just
way
head
up
into
to the Baron.
Head
Yeah.
to John's office.
okay. Make your way to the elevator. Press the button. Waiting. The elevator door opens. And waiting for you to get in.
To the elevator.
As you get in the
guards downstairs.
elevator, the doors close by themselves. And the elevator starts going down.
That's a bit ominous.
Did it? It didn't go down the last time. It went
Nope.
up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are no like buttons for down from there. Like there's no markings or anything on there for any other floors down there. You're just going down.
How far down is it going?
It's a while. And then you hear ding. Doors open, and rather than a normal corridor, you see what looks to be a sewer.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Just head on out.
Yep. Is there anyone down there? Is it just
You don't see anyone.
Okay.
You do hear sounds off in the distance, but that's all you hear.
I have really good hearing. Can I try and tell what those sounds are?
Sure. Give me a resolve awareness.
Okay. And I get a bonus because it's hearing.
Sure.
Well, no, I have a specialty for hearing.
Yeah, sure.
Difficulty?
It's going to be a 4.
It didn't roll. Why didn't it roll?
Use maybe the 3D dice.
I turned my 3D dice off.
I don't know.
No, I did not. It reset for some reason.
There's no way you can possibly hear messily. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, I got 4 successes,
you did.
right? Yeah.
It's not enough successes for that, but you did get 4 successes. So it's barely audible in the distance, but it's a skittering and a rumbling sound.
Okay.
Almost like sounds crocodilian.
Huh. Okay. Well,
I know it's a bit early right now, but I actually have to go to the bathroom, so we will be right back.
Taking an early break.
And we are back. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes nature just
Dox
calls,
doesn't-
and you cannot hang up.
Dox is still going.
Yeah, Dox isn't here.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter right now, because what we're going to do is we're going to transition back over to Aleister. Aleister, you intimated to me that you wish to do something before heading to.
Right, yes. Yeah, basically on the way to the casino, Aleister wants to look for or stop by a place where he can buy some blood bags so he can feed.
Oh, okay. Let me see something. Right, that's your type. Got it.
Yep.
All right.
Because any blood bags he brought with him, he basically gave to Karter, so he doesn't really have
Now,
any.
do you have
for
any
himself.
kind of contacts within the city?
Other than like the Chantry and stuff, not really. I mean, maybe I could have gotten some from there. Like I didn't know if like he could ask or not. Or at least if they would know, he could at least ask where he could go get some.
That's true. Give me. Since you don't have any pre-existing contacts in the city for this specific thing, it's going to be a wit streetwise roll.
Okay. Black market. Basically a black market for buying the blood bag. Okay. So I have a extra point for black marketing. And wits. 1 extra die. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty for this is 3.
Okay.
And Taco, don't worry, we have our VODs up after the show, and if that fucks up on you, and you just really don't like using VODs, we premiere our episodes every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, 3 successes, but it's a messy critical.
Okay. Let's see. Well, you succeeded with a messy critical.
He better paint himself in that blood, that's all I'm saying.
At the end of the campaign, everybody will have bathed in blood at least once.
But it's a success, so he's not going to bathe in it. But if it was a bestial failure, there would be more on him than in him.
Yeah.
The beast is just a little too fucking persistent today. And while you are looking for blood bags,
Sorry, I'm back.
you find somebody who has some, you break his neck and you steal his fucking blood bags.
Price was too high. Sorry. I had to bust his neck on it.
And you gain a stain.
Ah. Yeah, he was human, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do I write in the state thing? Murder?
Yeah.
Of a human? Or
The killing of an innocent. He didn't do anything wrong.
Why won't it let me type? It won't let me type. That's weird.
Doesn't matter. It's just put a 1.
I can type numbers. It won't let me type.
Yeah, anything it's
letters.
just the number of stains you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just one then. That means I lost a point of humanity.
Not yet.
Oh.
Anywho.
Do I at least get some hunger?
Yeah, you were able
relieved?
to gain some blood bags, like I said. You were
Oh, okay,
successful.
yeah.
Just in order to do so, you had to literally kill somebody to get it.
Damn it. I know better than that. Alright. I guess I'll try and, stash the body somewhere and then consume the blood bags on the way, I guess.
You stuff it in your car?
Oh, God, no. Not in the Beamer. No. Just an alleyway.
Okay.
Maybe a dumpster. A nearby dumpster. Well, I guess it depends on where I found this guy. Like if I found him in the street or if I found him in like a hospital basement.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Okay, going back to the, and then after that you make your way towards the scene. Turning back to the other scene. You now are faced with a dark, lightless sewer in front of you.
Smartphone flashlight, I guess.
So it's just dark, nothing.
It's a regular sewer. There are no lights in the sewer usually.
Excuse me, is there anybody here?
If there's anybody here. You hear an echo.
Should just start walking forward.
Take the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. He's on the flashlight. I'll take the lead.
Okay.
Start walking.
Jesus, take the wheel.
It should be Kane, take the wheel.
Anyways, yeah, you're heading down into the sewer, and I need you all to make me athletics and dexterity checks.
Oh boy.
Is it for balance?
It's yes, for balance.
Athletics what?
Dexterity.
I automatically succeed.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
actually get to use a discipline. Finally.
Difficulty 2.
3, it's slippery.
Okay.
You're like, this is gonna be bad. This is always
2 out of
bad
3.
for me. So difficulty 3.
That means you fail, Mathias, as you fall flat into a puddle of what you assume is water, but definitely doesn't smell like water.
Dread, you said 3?
Yep, difficulty 3. Means you need 3 successes. Jubilant succeeds.
I'm fucking graceful.
As you see Mathias fall flat into the sewer, you kind of just walk over him.
I'm fine down here.
I'll turn around and go help him up.
It's okay. Not how I envisioned my day going, but okay.
You never traipsed around in a sewer.
We're learning so much about Jubilant today.
It's been quite a while since I've had to run through sewers.
Just keep going, I guess. I don't know. We're just walking.
Yep.
Hello?
Echo.
John? I've come to apologize and talk.
You feel something brush against your leg.
Okay.
You don't know what it was.
Okay.
What is Jubilant's composure rating?
Jubilant's composure is pretty high. Jubilant has composure of 4.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll it.
Yeah.
That'd be pointless.
She's got nerves of fucking steel, which makes questionable decisions. But she's sure of herself. Sure of everything. And no fear. Hey, there's something in the muck. I don't know what it is, but it hit my boot. Just so y'all know.
It's a sewer. I had already assumed there were various creepies and crawlies.
Uilleam, you're out by the car. Been a while.
In a sense that something terrible has happened to Mathias.
Do you have anything that would let you know that?
I fucking hope so, because I want to laugh at him. Let's see. Clarity? No, that wouldn't be it.
Yeah, you would know. You would have no reason to think that if you don't have any like tracker on him or something.
No, I just hope that my hatred
Asshole
for him
sense was
would
tingling.
be- yeah, just there was enough hatred for him that just in the wind there was a Mathias fucked up, and I could just warm my cold soul.
Left your bestie down there to go to her fate. Just kidding.
I was having a nice conversation with Omar. But yes, I am here.
Omar is looking at his watch. He's like, back to the sewer.
We're just still walking, I think.
Yep.
Just walking around blindly until fucking John decides to.
Is it just one tunnel, or is it?
Oh, it's got
branch off
multiple branches that are off of it, but you're in one of the main batteries right now.
Oh, this is probably bad. I think Jubilant's gonna start singing "Are You Washed in the Blood" at the top of her lungs.
Give me a performance check.
Uilleam's going to suggest to Omar that we go and get something to eat far away.
You have no idea this is happening. No metagaming, my dude.
Metagaming pigeon.
Performance, just straight performance,
it
or
would be
performance and something else?
charisma.
It didn't give me. Oh, okay. What's the difficulty?
3, I guess.
3?
Yeah.
I'm proficient in singing. I have a specialty. Okay.
Oh wait, did you add your extra die?
I don't know. Oh wait, do I do that? Hold on.
Yeah. It's
I don't know
3,
what
add
I'm
your extra
doing.
die.
Since you got a specialty in it.
Okay. Let me do that again. Performance. Charisma. 1 extra die.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty of 2. Is that what you said?
3.
3. Some amazing acoustics down here.
Yeah, you sing. It's echoing pretty fucking hard.
When she starts doing that, I'm gonna like Jubilant.
So I'm gonna keep singing. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? But good.
Not Jesus,
You know.
though. Have
No.
you been to
Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?
Mathias,
Yes.
should we just turn around? We could just like, we could just go.
Apparently, John is toying with us. So until he decides that to let us know where to go, we either tread on or we go back.
That, just in case it wasn't clear, that's Jubilant's plan right now, is to sing him out.
Yeah, we did that.
Can I ask, see if it is very loud? Is there any manhole covers or anything like that up top that any sound could potentially be radiating through just to the outside world?
Uilleam just wants to have his tea and eat it too right now.
No, you don't hear nothing.
Right, that's
This is like miles below the fucking ground.
Right, no, that's alright, because there's a lot of police up here.
Yeah, there's still police up there.
Hell, if y'all want to keep going, it's
She's still
your-
singing. She's singing
Shut
so
up.
loud and proud, as loud as she can, and really getting those acoustics just
Mm-hmm.
booming down there.
You hear rapid movement.
Coming closer.
And as a giant albino crocodile comes around the corner.
Well, fuck.
Forky! That's a beauty right there, it is.
You have a choice. You can stay,
Uh-huh.
or you can run.
As Snagglepuss would
When you
say,
say-
exit, stage left.
Yeah. I'm out. Carter's like, no, fuck
Yep.
that. Not for this crazy woman.
Deuces, bitch.
I mean, what did you
Me and
expect to be
Mathias are
shouting
running.
in the fucking sewer?
Me and Mathias are running.
Jubilant?
So Jubilant's not afraid.
I know she's not, but she has to have survival instincts, right?
I know. I'm having a crazy thought of that. I have a point in animal,
Animal
whatever
chem?
animalkin. But I don't think I'm high enough to.
That'd be a fucking gambit, let me tell you.
I know.
After you've just pissed off this croc.
I know. I guess I'm gonna follow them.
You all need to make me athletics dexterity rolls. Difficulty
Oh, this is
4.
gonna go swimmingly.
I'd
Doesn't go
still
bad.
automatically succeed.
Right. But this is also to get your fucking ass away from this alligator.
Difficulty.
4. Oh no.
That's not good.
Yeah, I failed.
That's really not good. Okay. Let me roll for the alligator. Alright, so how many successes did you guys get total? As a group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Well, because
7.
I can stay balanced automatically. So for like running, would it be athletic stamina instead of dexterity?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, let me roll that. Because yeah, I don't fail athletics dexterity for balance. Just to know if it'd be stamina. Athletics stamina. Submit. Okay.
1, 2,
I
3.
fucking rolled the
Still the
exact
same amount of
I rolled the
successes.
exact same thing.
So with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everyone is keeping just ahead of this fucking crocodile. Then Mathias slips and grabs onto Karter, pulling him down.
Well, fuck. Okay, and we are just ahead of that thing, so it's gonna catch up immediately.
That being said, it snaps just as you fall and misses you.
And fuck it, I'm gonna fucking punch the alligator. 'Cause I don't have
Alright.
I ain't got a gun or anything. I'm gonna fucking rear back and try and punch the shit out of it.
Do I have a gun? I have firearm skills, but I don't know if I'm
Did you ever say that was
hacking.
something
I
you
never
wanted to
said.
pick up?
Nope, it's
I
not.
don't have a gun.
Carter, your guns are probably back at in your fucking bag.
They are? The one I have is
Yeah.
in his car?
Yeah. You weren't
Okay.
expecting to go to a battle in
No!
here.
No! Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking rear back and punch the shit out of it.
All right. Roll me. I'm just gonna do a 1 die roll off for this. Give me a D10 roll. I'll roll a D10. You roll higher.
Okay.
You succeed.
I also have
Good news, love.
Potence Lethal Body, but
Yes.
I don't know if
So-
that would actually have any effect.
Roll 2 dice.
Because
Then.
what it-
If you roll a higher combined score, then roll 2 D10. All right. You punch this thing so hard that it's fucking dazed. Long enough for you and Mathias to get up on your feet again.
Yeah, I get up and keep running.
All right. Everyone give me another roll. You're gone.
I'm gone, so I'm fine. I just kept going. Yeah? Okay.
Hey, athletic
Same
stamina
difficulty as
to
before?
54.
Yep.
Not 54, only 4. You're fucking kidding me. Oh, how do I only roll?
What's that sound?
Karter.
Thank you.
What the hell?
I
Hold
get 3
on.
out of 4. You get 0 out of 4.
Sorry, guys. Somebody's stream just decided to fucking... What the fuck is this? Where's the sound coming from?
Oh,
What sound?
Yeah, I don't.
No,
We're
it's
not
on
hearing
my
that.
end, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
And
Okay.
it's playing on the stream, which is a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Did it stop? No, it didn't stop. Okay.
All I hear on this stream is like city sounds.
You don't hear...
I hear us and I hear city sounds.
Okay.
we're just trying to.
Well, it's definitely distracting me right now.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Where the fuck is it?
where the fuck am I way in the corner?
There it
also?
is. Got it. Anyways. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody raided somebody and turned off the mute on their fucking channel. Anywho. Let me see what you got. Oh my god. Karter.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I got fucking 4 in stamina and fucking failed.
Can I turn around and try an animal kin it now? His last ditch effort to try and save them? Since he super
Well,
failed?
something's already happened to me.
It's fair. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something. I gotta roll a D10 and see if I get higher than the amount of successes you got.
That big old 3.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. As you're running along, you just aren't able to keep up, Karter, and the crocodile clamps down onto your leg and drags you down.
Fuck!
You take...
You just hear that.
Let me see something real quick. You take 3 points of damage
Oh, fuck.
as your leg is ripped off.
Fuck.
It'll grow back. It'll grow back. Don't worry. It'll grow back.
Matthias, you're the only person able to act in this moment.
I don't have animal. I don't have. I don't
You
have,
have other things,
animalism,
don't
so I have dominate, but that doesn't work on animals.
I mean, I feel like I would have heard this by now. Can I?
You definitely hear the screaming.
You're past us. You kept
I know. It's not my fault. I had a good roll. Fucking finally.
If it's ripping off my leg, can I just try and punch it again?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Best I
got a
could-
fucking
best I could
3
do is-
in melee
best-
and a 3 in
Best I could do
strength.
is try and dominate it, but dominate doesn't work on
That's
animals.
the only discipline you have? I know you have more than that.
That's the only one that would help.
Let me see. Wow, you really did. You did pick some of the most useless players.
Not for animals. He's not a combat specialist. He is
Okay. Gotcha. Anyways, yeah, give me a roll again.
All right.
That's what henchmen are for.
Give me 2d10. I'll roll a d10. You managed to stun it again. It backs away from you, but you're still on the ground, missing a leg below the knee.
Oh fuck.
Mathias, what do you do to help him in this moment?
Grab him and kind of under his arms and carry him.
Okay.
Try and drag carry him.
Matthias, you're going to have to give me a stamina athletics roll to book it carrying this man.
Oh, okay. This is Matthias's jam right here. Difficulty?
Also a strength athletics roll because you're also carrying. I need
Okay.
both.
Difficulty on each?
3.
So stamina athletics was 2 successes.
That's 3 because I count crits as 2.
Oh, okay. And then you said athletic strength?
Mm-hmm.
Two or 3.
So you're not able to pick him up, but you are able to drag him along the ground.
Better than letting him lay there.
You just make it to the elevator as the alligator shakes himself out of it and starts barreling towards you. What do you do?
I could try.
The elevator open?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Where-
gonna get an elevator. But yeah.
Where am I?
Push.
you're in the elevator.
Okay.
Push the button! Push the button!
Push a button. Push a button.
I'll do it.
What button do you press?
The up button. That's the only button there
Oh,
is,
there's
right?
plenty of
Up, down.
buttons. It's a casino
The elevator's
elevator.
open. We're in the
Up button.
elevator.
Just
Okay,
boom.
you hit the penthouse button.
I'm gonna stick my arm to keep the doors from, you know
Oh,
how
they're already
elevators are.
inside.
We're in it.
Doors
Oh,
are
you're in.
closing.
Okay, never mind. Then yeah.
The alligator slams into the closed doors.
So, sorry. Sorry, guys, I got distracted.
Let's Karter.
You're like, sorry guys, I got. Oh my God, you're missing a leg.
Karter's gonna pull his belt off because he's used to dealing with wounds in combat. He's gonna cinch his leg up.
Can I help him? I have 2 in survival.
That's not medicine.
I know.
But yeah, Karter's gonna pull his belt off and basically tourniquet his leg.
See, here's the thing about vampires. They don't bleed.
He's gonna do it off of instinct either way. He's got years of combat medic training. And his leg got fucking ripped off. Let's be honest. He's gonna do it either way, whether it does anything.
And as this scene is unfolding, this is the music playing in the background.
I hate the girl from Ipanema so much.
Karter is just gonna look up at Jubilant. If you ever sing in front of me again, I'm gonna hurt you.
I sing every day. You can try.
My leg got ripped off by a fucking alligator because of your goddamn singing.
Your leg got ripped off because of it. Your leg got ripped off by an alligator because there was an alligator in the sewer. And you came with
Which
me.
came
And John
after
decided
us.
that he was going to set his alligator on me.
After you started singing and let it know where we were.
I mean, it was down there. It's only a matter of time. It just happened quicker, and now we're out.
Doors open.
Drag Karter out.
Mm-hmm.
As John is sitting behind his desk with his hands behind his head, said, "What took you guys so long?"
Your fucking alligator ate my leg.
What alligator?
We
The
got
one in
sent
the
down
sewer.
to the sewer instead of to the penthouse.
I'm sorry. Must have been a mix-up.
Surely weren't trying to have me eaten when I've come to
No, just trying to
apologize.
send a message. Apparently he got it.
Didn't even do anything. I was just here to see the show. I
Well,
just came
you
to
became
watch.
the show. As he turns on a monitor and replays the moment where your leg got ripped off over and over and over again.
You missed the best part when I literally punched it.
Oh no, I didn't
twice.
miss that at all. That was fucking brilliant.
John,
So,
I've
What?
come
How?
to. Go
You
ahead.
come to what?
Hold on. Avery was saying something. Go ahead.
this is a player question.
Yeah.
Can vampires regrow legs?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
takes a long time and a lot. It's considered aggravated damage.
Okay.
But it will
The
come
three-
back.
Aggravated
I need to
damage
mark
you
that
have,
as
not lethal.
aggravated instead of regular
Yeah.
damage.
And you
Okay.
healed them at a rate of like, I think one every day
One a week.
with blood expenditure.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay.
Did you get my message? Did you get the meaning?
No.
Or do I have to tell you again?
I mean, you could send me back down there. I'm not afraid of the alligator. Or you could just tell me and we could move on, Mr. John.
My point is, don't fuck with my business.
Yes, I have come to apologize.
This was also a message for you. He looks at Mathias. Don't fuck with my territory.
I'll just look right back at him and go, I was safeguarding your territory when I had the cleanup crew. Cleaning up our own mess.
There shouldn't have been a mess to begin with.
I agree. But shit happens. I took initiative to clean it up so it wasn't on your table.
Right, but the problem is, instead of putting it on my table, you put it on my front lawn.
No. She put it on your front lawn. I cleaned it up.
Well, if, from what I hear, you're the one that was put in charge, weren't you, Mathias?
I'm acting liaison. I'm not in charge. Everybody assumes that. I was told to clean up a
Is
body
he in
between-
charge or not?
I'm sorry, what?
Stumpy.
Oh, not me. That's you, Karter, because you lost a leg.
Yeah, Karter is just kind of staring at his leg for a bit. And then notices he's being actually spoken to. I don't know. I don't think so. You're not in charge of me.
Kane's in charge of me, sir.
Shut the fuck up.
So,
I don't even know, how do I fucking punish somebody who can't fucking realize they're in fucking trouble?
Oh no, I know I'm in trouble, sir.
Oh, do you now? Do you
Yes, I
really
do.
understand how much trouble you're in?
Yes, I do. I
Do
killed
you?
someone in front of your home. I've come to apologize and talk about what would be an appropriate repayment.
Because not only did you implicate me in this fucking bullshit, because it's in my fucking front yard, and I'm the one that sent you out on a mission.
That's why I came back here.
But not only that, but now I got the cops sniffing around everything I'm doing. Can you ask? Let me give you a hint. How much do I like cops?
Probably not very.
You know, if you're nice to them, they tend to be nice to you.
Yeah, Mathias has cop friends.
I don't give a fuck if he's letting them fuck him in the ass.
Not my kink, but good to know it's yours.
I don't care. That's not my business. That's yours. What is my business is this casino, its talent, and everything that happens around it. So this is what's gonna happen. You and your church off my land. That's it. You've been revoked. The rest of you, do whatever you need to do as long as you don't shit in my front yard.
Feel like
Prefer to use a bathroom.
I still haven't done anything wrong since getting in this city.
Shit rolls down here, buddy.
Anything.
Shit rolls downhill, buddy.
John, it would be very hard to move our church. Is there anything?
That sounds like a you problem.
Is there anything that I can do?
Have you come up with any information about the fucking incident that I sent you to find out about? Anything?
The kindred that was killed was attending my church.
Oh, good. Another reason to kick you out.
Because he got murdered.
Because you're implicated by connection. Anybody who had seen him there now knows that you were part of this.
I don't see how it makes me part of it, but okay.
Okay, let me put it this way. When police are investigating a murder, what do they investigate?
Where the person was, but I don't...
Leads. Now, what is a lead besides someone going to a church in the middle of fucking nowhere, then immediately afterwards finding up dead in the middle of fucking town?
Hate crimes.
Would be. But it still connects you.
Disconnects him to the church doesn't mean that we murdered
Oh
him.
my God, shut the fuck up.
I really can't.
You really need to learn how to shut up.
John.
You really need to learn how to shut up. You're doing a lot of this. I need you to do this.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Clearly. Get her out of my sight. And the security come over and start dragging you out.
I don't have to drag, but I mean,
Are you finished now, John? We can actually get down to business. Talk.
That one I thought was amusing, but she gives me a fucking headache.
You see that? So, you want to explain to me why you felt it appropriate to assign an idiot to a murder investigation, and yet you want to bitch at me for dropping it in your ass?
Listen, first of all,
I'm all ears.
I didn't know she was an idiot. I just knew that she was a fucking Malkavian.
Hey, okay. Woohoo!
That doesn't mean that they're idiots. That's a fucking racist term there, my dude.
I didn't say nothing about her clan. I just said that she has no investigative ability, and you assigned her
You're
to
telling me
investigate a murder
that
on
you
the
could not
borderlands.
find a single use for somebody who can see the fucking future.
can I?
Oh, I do have uses for her. She is useful.
Can I interrupt just for like a second? Is she like fully gone, or can she hear that and then be like, I had a dream?
It's up to you. Would you have gotten into the elevator and left?
Based on how you were treated.
I don't know. I don't think she would have been running to the elevator, but if they're like that quickly talking about how she's a fucking idiot and shit, I don't know.
Well, they're definitely not being quiet.
Yeah.
Up to you.
So then, yeah, I'm going to turn around and be like, I had a dream.
Well, you're outside the door.
gonna-
You'd have to get in the door.
Fucker, have I gonna know?
Okay.
The
Okay.
you're outside the door.
What do you want me to
making
do?
sure- How are you going to get in the room?
Just turn around, walk back in.
There's security outside the door.
We were escorting you out.
How much security?
2.
First back in. I had a dream, motherfucker!
Hold on.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm ready for that.
This is gonna be great.
I'm here for it.
We're just imagining fucking Uilleam in the leaning against the car, taking a nap at this point.
Passed out.
To be honest,
Omar's
I
on
was-
his phone checking Facebook.
Like, Uilleam's just trying to think up of so many ways to fuck me with Mathias, to the point where I wonder if I can get spray paint and just write Mathias was here right across the wall.
I'm gonna stake him and leave him out for the sun.
I think
Sunrise, bitch.
that she's gonna start singing that
God.
I had a dream. ABBA, I had a dream at the top, or I have a dream at the top of her lungs.
She's gonna do the fucking Martin Luther King speech?
No.
Nope, she's gonna sing ABBA.
Sing ABBA. If I could find an appropriate church song, that's what I would have picked instead. But
There's a song by HabaDacter, I Have a Dream.
yeah, I have a dream, a song to sing. But she's gonna, make it a little topical.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much I can do. I'm
you
trying to
trying to
make sure that
enthrall them
he
with
can
this?
hear me. No, I'm trying to make sure that John can hear me and understand that I'm trying to get his attention. I don't think in the same boxes as you guys, okay?
I
just
know.
don't.
I'm good.
Great. I love
So
it.
outside the door, we hear this.
Well, it's muffled, but I mean,
Do I need to roll a performance, or she just starts like?
you just
no,
start
you-
singing.
Okay.
I'm assuming you know how to sing.
Yeah.
It's your singer.
She's gonna sing as loud as she can. I had a dream.
It's not like, because remember that this is the penthouse, and this is the penthouse that has been reinforced so that his business does not become anyone else's business. So it's not so much that
Right.
you can't hear her, it's that it's heavily muffled. It sounds more like
So John makes the comment about someone who can see the future. I'm gonna look and go. Well, considering I've had less than 48 hours to inquire about their capabilities, I had assumed you sent me somebody capable.
I did. Up to you to find use for them. And
Yeah.
I didn't know you were in charge at the time. I found out after.
I was on my way to meet you when I got sent to the body. So it's kind of a two-way street here.
I
Trains going
sent her
in different
because I
directions.
figured she'd be able to find me out something about it. I didn't have any
Yeah,
other
but-
choice.
Here's the thing. Did you know she is an investigator of some skill?
No. I knew
Well,
she
you
had
could
a
have sent
church.
Quentin or Steven or Michael or Jonathan. You could have sent any one of your investigators, but you sent her.
I sent her.
You sent her to a body on the borderlands to,
I
to
sent
investigate.
her because she was a problem that became a solution.
Potential solution, yeah.
Potential solution. It's a gamble. It was a gamble. And my gamble
And a
was
gamble.
either you would kill her or she'd be useful.
She is useful so far. She distracted the police to allow me to get the information I needed to find out exactly what's going on with the body.
I don't see the problem then.
Well, you damn near killed all three of us to make a message.
Oh, no.
When I was following protocol.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. I sent a message because the two of you made a mess in my fucking, and I know why you burnt down the church too. The two of you made a mess in my backyard and thought there wouldn't be consequences.
Oh no, I knew there'd be consequences. My problem is,
Now,
do you need
it was
me to run
kind
to
of
you
forced,
every
you
time
kind of
something
forced me a
happens?
hand after the second one. The first one, I was gonna allow you to just give me a gift and it would be gone with. But then she fucking killed one of the fucking tour people right in front of my fucking casino.
That I understand 100%. I agree. I understand 100%.
I had to do a display of force. You understand?
I'm not so much an issue with that. What I have an issue with is you not giving me the credibility and respect that I've earned to take care of business. I took care of the church. I was going to handle that, but I figured handle the church, get the information, then speak to you so that I had more than, well, I burnt down the church.
The problem is that doesn't solve the optics of it.
It's 24 hours. It takes a little more time than to solve a demon summoning murder on the borderline.
I'm sorry, a what?
Yeah. The body was used in a ritualistic ceremony to potentially summon a demon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Right. So, what do you want me to do? Burn down the church and then run back? Or do you want me to get as much information, then report to you with proper information? You want me to act rationally and impulsively?
By the way, for those that are wondering what he looks like. My problem isn't with you fucking dealing with it. Problem is that if I don't respond in some sort of way that leaves a lasting impression, everyone's gonna start fucking with my territory.
Look, you think so?
I know so. I know how this works.
You are entrenched enough as the Baron. You think anybody's gonna step out the hand in the 24-hour period?
I just had a fucking newcomer talk to my face like I wasn't the fucking Baron.
Well, okay, to be fair, it was an emotional situation. Our friend has got no leg. You sent an albino alligator after us. If I didn't have the respect for you that I did, I'd have talked to you like she did.
Right.
Because you
Here's the
tried
problem.
to murder us.
Here's the problem.
I get it.
Here's the problem. She shouldn't need to be shown that I need that respect. She should know. And the fact that she doesn't means that there's a lack of communication and means that I have not been doing my job.
One way to look at it.
She is an insane Malkavian who talks to a disembodied voice. I don't think she has respect for anyone except for maybe the people in her church. You could rip her arm off and she wouldn't care.
You make a good point. I'm gonna make a phone call.
I don't think you really got anything out of this except for my leg.
It'll grow back.
So
it still hurts.
What do we say this, John? I will make some arrangements for your casino, proper tithe. I will take Jubilant. We will get things solved. I'll make sure that this stuff like this kept to a minimum. We'll solve the case.
Where's the other one that you what's his face told me about? The prince, not the prince, the fucking Northern Baron. What's his face?
Dante?
Yeah,
D'Angelo.
Haven't seen him in a fucking while.
He's been busy with Baron stuff.
No. Where's the other guy that was with you? That's how I found out about all you guys because he gave me a call.
Oh, one I assume is wrecking my car, and the other is investigating leads on more of the body's information, so we can further investigation. He's also leaving me on red, which, if that persists, I'm going to have to show him his place.
I mean, I can handle that for you.
Oh, no. I prefer to handle in-house.
Whatever.
But now that things are settled, barons are informed, we can squash this beef. I
would have had no problem if you had come here after that first church incident with nothing else having happened. There would have just been a tithe, nothing would have had to been done. But when somebody does that right in my front yard, that shows disrespect.
Oh, I have no problem with the second one. The second one, all for. I take umbrage with me not going to you, but I wanted to have more than just, hey, burn down your church. I wanted to have some information for you on why the actions were taken, how they were handled, so that you did not have to handle it. I called Mr. Bubbles. The situation was contained and handled. I take care of the bill. I will handle it.
Luckily for you and Miss Cookie Pants out there, I took care of the witness.
Appreciate it. Much respect. But
the body, it's something I can deal with for a price.
Okay.
I said this earlier. Why do we need to deal with the body? It's unless you get rid of all the records. The body, she didn't drink the blood. She just broke the neck. Crazy person broke a lady's neck, and there's no witness.
Stumpy. If you don't get rid of all the evidence, it can lead back to Jubilant. If it leads back to Jubilant, it leads back to all of you. If it leads back to all of you, it leads back to me.
Well, you said price. Let's discuss.
What are you offering?
I know you're a man of interests, so what if I was to get you some information?
What kind of information?
Some information on a potential upstart in your territory.
Do tell.
You know the church? They like to make noise. They could potentially
the church has been around for a while.
Yes, but Brother Steele appears to be rather ambitious.
Aren't they all?
Like to make noise. Yes, but this one particularly likes to make noise. Could pose a problem
enough,
for
the
you.
one that's making the most noise is the one with you guys. Not him. He's on his. He stays in his lane.
Yes, but what if you could get him to serve your lane? Maybe we get some information that could maybe put him in your pocket.
I will say this. One more chance. I'm giving her one more chance. If she so much as steps on a butterfly and I don't approve it, her entire charge is out of my fucking territory. I don't want to hear it.
Fair. I can accept those terms.
And if she does break those terms, you're the one held responsible.
Okay.
Since you're vouching for it.
No. I can accept that. Couple caveats, though. I need some time. This group that I've been shackled to is eclectic and inexperienced. It will take some time. There may be some bumps, so you got to give me a little leeway to make some.
I will let you. I'll tell you what. Allow you passage and domain to work within my territory. But you need to find your own. You need to find your own haven in territory to keep yourself while you're in my territory. No more using hotels and shit like that.
Okay. I can look in the haven.
Go to ground and don't make yourself known.
I never make myself known. It's only recently with this conglomerate of
I know.
individuals
And
where I
that's why
become
I'm
known.
telling it to you and not them.
Fair enough. John, you are a, if not anything, you are a reasonable Baron. I will accept your terms. I will,
I'm
Should I,
only an asshole when I have to be an asshole.
same as I only bury
Problem
people when I
is,
need to.
nowadays, everyone wants me to be an asshole.
Maybe it's the energy you give off. You know, you kind of, you little, sometimes.
I
Maybe
don't
smile a
need
little
I
more.
don't need the love. I just need the respect.
Fair enough. Quick question: could get a little help getting Karter to the car? Seeing as how your alligator took you on the flesh.
Karter is
I can't whistle.
yeah, Carter's gonna take the belt off his leg because the adrenaline's gone. He knows he's not gonna bleed out. He's gonna put his belt back on. He's gonna say, "Fuck that," and he's gonna start hopping his way out. His leg got ripped out. He's got a 3 composure and still good stamina. Fuck that.
Damn.
Never mind. He'll take his leave.
I guess so.
We'll see you in better terms, John.
Better be.
I'll make a call to your sports book this week. See if I can, make a donation, so to speak.
He goes over and picks up a baseball bat and tosses it to you. He says, let him use that as a crutch.
All right. Hand it over to Karter. There we go. Think I leave now.
Better than nothing.
Better than yeah.
Guess we'll walk out and Jubilant's still wailing away.
Are you? We can't hear
You're
you.
muted.
I mean, it didn't do anything, so no.
Okay.
Because she would have been pushed into the elevator, so.
No, they didn't push you into the elevator.
No, they just left you out in the hallway singing.
Yeah.
So no.
So I'm gonna walk out.
Carter's just gonna look over. Were you singing ABBA? Cause I got good hearing.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I was trying to inform John that I had a dream since he guessed that I might have foresight.
I'll wait till we're out of the hotel before making comments.
Discuss that. Yeah. Yes, we're going back to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Carter just
At this
limping
point,
along with a
Aleister
bat
pulls
cane.
into the garage.
Okay, so Jubilant doesn't know that she doesn't have to move her church. So,
That'll
He
be a
doesn't know
direct
anything
relay.
unless Mathias has told her.
okay.
Because we walked out and Aleister pulled in.
Okay.
You pull up and Uilleam and Omar, the driver, are standing near the car. The rest of them are not there.
All right. Yeah, Aleister will get out and approach the one guy he does recognize. I don't know if he would have recognized Omar. I mean, probably. Like, oh yeah. I mean, he was there, but he'll approach Uilleam. I am sorry, I do not recall your name, but I do remember that you were associated with the rest of. Where is everybody else anyway?
Oh yeah, Uilleam. Everybody went in to speak to John, and I thought, well, I was just thought it'd be better if I stayed out here. You know, like John's, he's a character, and it's safer if I'm out here and we're not like together.
One of those barons, huh? Yeah, all right.
More just one of those people. Like, anyway, where have you been? What have you been up to?
Oh, I was doing my research. I had brought some stuff along from where I came from, and I've got some pretty interesting news, I guess, regarding what might be going on.
Oh,
It's
right.
very bad,
Oh,
but yeah, it's bad. Really, really bad.
like, is it bad that it will completely like fuck Mathias's day? Like that bad?
I would say so. It depends on.
Okay, right, great.
But it might ruin everybody in town's day too.
Yeah, but Mathias's day.
If he's in town, probably.
Yeah. I mean, they've been away for like a bit, so I imagine it's either went really bad or it went really good. Like,
Is that about that time you
When
hear
we
the
walk
elevator ding, and Karter and Jubilant and Mathias walk out? Karter stands one leg.
who comes out first?
Probably Karter.
Right, Uilleam will look across and kind of be, oh, fuck. And
Yeah.
then when he sees Mathias, he'll just burst into laughter.
Well,
Yeah, especially since he's covered.
Yep.
Covered.
Heading to the trunk.
And I am pristine.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
well,
as always.
Mr. Uilleam, it appears things went poorly.
I got in a fight with an alligator.
And one.
Yeah, it's kind of a like a half a point
Kind of
to
a
it.
draw.
More,
Do you still have your?
it won.
You still have
I
your
lost
leg,
a
though?
I got a couple good hits in.
Did you
punched
manage
the shit
to
out of it.
save your leg? Like, do you have it?
No, I think it's inside of its stomach at this point.
Yeah, I did ate it. It's gone.
It literally
Well.
ripped it off me.
Oh, all right. I could have attempted
I'm
to
gonna-
reattach that for you, but
You're welcome to go try and get it.
yeah, it was,
I'm gonna go over to Aleister's car and say, "Can you open the trunk, please?
sure.
My bag is in there. My bag's
Ow.
in the back of your car because
Oh,
I never took
yeah,
it.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll
I'm gonna go into my bag, and you see him pull out a pistol, and I'm gonna stick it in my waistband, and that thing ain't leaving me."
Don't you have a
There.
holster?
Yeah, he would have a holster, yeah. He gonna put it in a holster, have it under his jacket. Alright. I'm not.
Punched an alligator, huh?
Yeah, punch an alligator.
That's fucking badass.
It has just occurred to me. Yesterday you said that you don't feed on people, you feed on animals. Why didn't you just eat it?
There's a giant alligator that ate my leg. You know how much blood an alligator has?
I imagine it's a lot.
A lot. You know how much blood you gotta drain from an alligator to kill it? A lot. That thing would have killed me before I killed it.
That's assuming
I'd have
that you
gotten
don't
like
know
one
it.
bite on it, and it'd have fucking ripped off my other leg probably.
I just don't think that you're embracing your role as predator.
Uilleam is currently
Okay, in that
picturing-
situation, that thing was a predator.
So I'm gonna go.
That,
I'm gonna go to the
that was
trunk
like a
and grab out a
20-foot
new.
albino alligator.
Yeah, you go to the back. Omar is like, oh wow.
While I am
change
back
my
there,
shirt.
He pulls out a dry cleaning bag and like goes like
Pull the shirt off.
While
Oh,
I'm
shame to ruin
back
such a
there-
nice suit.
Wasn't a
while I'm
suit.
at
It
the
was a
back
nice
of his
linen.
car,
Outfit.
With
All right, he'll still say
Aleister.
outfit, not suit. Yeah. Shame to ruin such a nice outfit.
I'm gonna
Wow.
quietly, so that only Aleister can hear me, I'm gonna say, "I'm done working for you."
Gee. Well, then I guess I'm glad it only cost me a couple of blood bags. Shame.
Wanted to let you know. So that's understood.
See.
I will grab my bag out of his car, hobble over to Mathias' car and say, "Sir, may I put this in your car?"
You may. No need to ask permission.
Actually, I'll reach in, I'll grab that last blood bag and give it back to Aleister. Because I still had one blood bag left. I'll give it back to him.
Okay.
No, you keep it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It looks like you're going to need a little bit of extra blood. Trying to grow that back.
I still toss it into his trunk. Into Aleister's trunk.
Okay.
I gotta give some of the payment back.
Why?
Morals.
I mean, you only really paid for like.
I mean, you broke the contract.
Yeah, well.
You can't give back the other blood. I drank it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aleister will shrug. And, well, anyway, folks, I've got some information, but I don't believe being out in the open is the best place to discuss this. Do you have a place that we can discuss things a little more privately?
Yes, we will head to Brennan's. I have a room there. We can make discussions there. So, if any of you noticed Mathias when he took his shirt off, you would notice that down his right arm is a Mesoamerican inspired sleeve tattoo. On his left shoulder, down to his left elbow, there's a similarly done Mesoamerican inspired tattoo, and across his back are several scars. And on the underside of his wrist that was covered by a watch, there looks to be manacle scarring on his wrists. And then he would have just finished changing without remarking. It was just what you guys would have seen. Because he basically took his shirt off on the open. Yes, we'll go to Brennan's. We'll discuss issues. There's a few things we need to get straight. A few things we need to speak on. And maybe we can arrange for some food. Karter, you must be famished after taking your wound.
Yeah, just a bit. Does my hunger actually go up from taking damage, or no?
I'm gonna.
Because I lost a lot of blood.
I realized that I messed up on something that should have been made note of earlier. Karter, Jubilant, need you to give me retroactive wits awareness rolls.
Okay. Wits awareness. Is this hearing or sight?
Sight.
Sight. Okay. So I don't get a bonus. Difficulty?
It's 3.
3. Okay. I succeed.
Yeah. Karter, you're the one that notices. While John was scrubbing through that video, you only saw 2 of you on the video.
Which 2?
Jubilant and Karter.
So Mathias wasn't on that video.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna speak on it right now.
Yeah, we'll get in the car and head to Brennan's. I'll look at Omar before he drives and goes, Omar, please call Hector and tell him that we need a haven arranged in the southern barony for the indeterminate time. Full accommodations for at least 6.
Yes, sir.
And then I'll just sit back in the car and just try and relax. Get to texting people.
Aleister will just drive along, following, taking his car with.
If we want to, we can take our break now. It's a little late but we took a little break earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need another bottle of water anyway.
All right.
That's fine.
We'll
I'm
be
good.
back in
Anything
10
else?
minutes.
See if the
Folks,
old man needs anything.
Get up, walk around, take a piss, get a drink, whatever you need to do. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Nice.
Holy crap.
And we're back. All right. So, make the scene sets. The Brennans.
Once we're all settled in, Mathias is gonna kind of set up at the table and go, all right, I think it's time we'll put our cards on the table and have a discussion about how things need to go.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go change my pants so that I'm not wearing pants covered in muck and blood.
Fair enough.
With a ripped off leg.
I'd assume you.
Oh, my boot's gone.
I assume you would have done this at least on the way.
Yeah.
Or before.
We could have stopped somewhere and got you clothes.
Okay.
Because Brennan's is nice. So, let me be clear. After speaking with John, we have some things we need to take care of. We are at a very tight leash, and he wants the information and the perpetrators of the murder found. Here's the problem. I'm not allowed to make big fuck-ups anymore. Miss Jubilant, you do not need to move your church as of yet. I was able to speak to John and settle his more rancorous bitchings.
Thank you.
But, that being said, I need to know people's skill set and how I'm best to utilize you to get the job done. So, if anybody has any special skills or abilities, I would like them known so that I may calculate best to use them. And before anybody speaks, Aleister.
Yeah?
I need you to, when I send you a message, get your fucking nose out of a book and let me know the information I need. Is that clear?
I would have assumed you knew I saw your message. I didn't have anything in particular to respond to it. When I have something to say, I will tell you.
And you don't have the common courtesy to say, I understand, I am currently got my nose buried in some tome or scroll or papyrus or whatever to give me some working knowledge of where you are so that when the superiors want to hang my ass in the sun, I can say I have X person working on this position on this investigation.
I suppose if that's the position you are being put in.
Is indeed.
I will attempt to be more vigilant in my message acknowledgement.
I appreciate it.
It is not something I'm very good at, but in lieu of what might be coming in the future, I think it would be best to be everybody would keep apprised of what is going on at all times.
Oh, I keep everybody apprised, no problems.
Oh yes. I was referring to
appreciate
myself.
your understanding. That being said, Miss Jubilant, not to harp on you, I fear you may have heard something I said may have been insensitive when in the heat of conversation with John, I may have called you an idiot. I was referring to your investigative abilities, not your personality in general. It's the heat of the moment, I apologize. But let's be clear, you've cost me quite a bit of money, and now my fangs are on the line for you as much as it is for everybody else. So I will try to refrain from derogatory terms as long as I'm not given call to use such terms. I, in fact, find you a quite interesting individual. And I would not want our relationship to sour.
Well, we'll just have to see how that goes.
Fair enough. So, that being said, the rest of you, please kind of share what you know, what we're capable of, so we know how to move forward in this investigation.
As you saw, I can fight well enough when I'm not fighting a giant alligator twice my size.
Fair enough. Jubilant, you said something about the dream?
Yes.
Care to share?
Could you hear me?
I heard.
I sometimes have dreams that tell me things. This one doesn't necessarily make sense yet. But I had a dream that now remind me, Dread, you said I recognized the church. Was it my church or was it J.D. Steele's church? Okay. I had a dream of a man.
I forgot to unmute myself for the stream. It was J.D. Steele's church.
Were we all muted? Okay. I had a dream about J.D. Steele, a man dressed like him, preaching in front of a church of dead bodies with a sword drawn in blood behind him. And then I went down into some catacombs, and there were a bunch of rats. And as they scattered, they were eating my face.
You missed a detail.
What detail did? Oh no, I'm intentionally leaving a detail out. I'm intentionally leaving a detail out.
Quite interesting dream. Do you have any insight into what it all might mean?
Well, I don't. Right now, maybe something to do with Brother Steele's church, the larger portion of the Church of Cain. Not my church. Not my family. But I don't know.
Well, if you do gain further insight, please, if you would, inform us. It may prove beneficial. I would greatly
course.
appreciate it.
And just for your awareness, I did start college. I was getting a degree in urban ministry and music for church things. My kind family was very strict and restrictive. I spent a lot of time homeschooled, and going to a Christian college was the only way that I was going to be able to until Daddy Death came into town and elevated me to my angelic height. So I can sing. I do know a little bit about theology and churches, and I know a little bit about the occult.
I'm pleased to hear it. You can potentially corroborate with Aleister. He seems to be a researchy, nose in a book type.
We'll see.
Maybe. Aleister, do you have any updates on your end, seeing as how you've been missing for so long?
I do. And in light of what Miss Jubilant here just said, that actually may have clarified a couple of details that I ran into. Miss Jubilant, how accurate is this foresight ability of yours? Obviously it's symbolism and such like, but
Well, that's the problem.
Does it always come true? Does it has it always been infallible or pretty close to it, or do you sometimes get visions of things that might be and then do not come to pass based on varying?
They don't always come true, but sometimes.
Okay. That's
symbolically.
That's accurate enough to be concerning, regardless. So what I've found is I didn't get too much extra on the runes and the demon summoning. That's basically what it was. Everything I told you on site is pretty much the information I got off of that.
Yeah.
I did manage to track down more, and I will tell you in just a little bit, but perhaps Mr. Karter and Mr. Uilleam can let us know what they're good at, and then we can continue this conversation.
Fair enough.
My
Uilleam.
dad just rang for me.
Yeah.
No worries. You're good. Uilleam. You seem very aloof lately. Do you mind letting us know what you're capable at, what you're talented in, so that we can properly push our investigation forward? Aside from being a malcontent in general.
I mean, I'm a bit of a dick. I'm good at that.
Really?
What else? I'm good at destroying people's shit. That's like a main dream of mine, was always to destroy people's shit. That's great. Including your shit. I love destroying your shit.
That'll be addressed.
I'm good at breaking into shit, but I think that would probably come under fucking people's shit.
Okay.
I can get away from stuff quite easily, I'm fast.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So am I to assume you are a larcenist practitioner then?
I mean, sounds like a shitty thing to say, so I'm going to stand in front of you.
Did you not understand what I just told you?
Do you understand what you just told me?
Yes, I give you professional credit.
He's saying that you are an instrument of Cain.
Not as much, but thank you. I've basically called you a professional cat burglar, B&E expert.
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to be a professional at it. Just because they're good at it doesn't mean that that's what... I'm a lot more than just that.
Oh! Please, by all means, inform me greater of your capabilities outside of breaking and entering.
No, because you hurt my feelings. I don't think I want to talk to you anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Uilleam, what else are you good at? You've obviously been sent here with purpose.
Well, I wouldn't say purpose. Do you know how when you were at the scene and you saw that there was something not quite right with the scene? There was a splattering of like someone had literally fell into the scene.
I don't know. I didn't get to look that close. I was mostly just, talking to you, striking cops.
Go on.
Yeah, I was that person. Right, full disclosure, I fell into the scene having discovered that after I broke into the house, and then after falling through the body, I then reclimbed into the house, and they might have known that someone was in their house.
But then I fell onto a body.
Oh, maybe in the body?
Okay. Then walked to an apartment building and broke in, trailing blood, and got caught.
No, I didn't get caught. Everything up to getting caught, spot on, but I didn't actually get caught. I got away because I'm really
No one
fast.
saw you.
No, they heard me. I think they heard me, but they definitely didn't see me. 'Cause I'm fast like that. I'm like a cat.
Okay, so we can ignore the person or the bloody footprints.
Oh yeah, that was all totally me. Like everything else, like the runes and shit. Nope, not a clue. Don't even know the language. But everything after that, yes, I completely fucked everything up. Dante then sent me here to, I don't know, fuck up Mathias' day or something like that. I wasn't really listening too much, but I feel like within my heart of souls, that is what my sole job is to completely ruin his day.
So you were the one in the Robinson's apartment then, huh?
I mean, I guess I didn't really take names. Like,
Good to know. And Karter, you have described yourself as a contractor, proving yourself against the alligator. I think we can assume that you're gifted in the realm of physicality and things of that nature.
Yes, I also have a bit of medical training. Not nearly as much as the doctor, but enough. More than most people.
Good. Well, that's this is very productive. So, all things considered, the Baron has requested that we go to ground in the haven in the south, so that we do not necessarily hide out, but we need to solve the case, and with some subtlety and guile. Hopefully, no more unnecessary bodies. That'd be nice.
Jessica Simpson has left. I assume, or is leaving tonight. That kind of thing will be less of a problem for me now that she's gone.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. So, I guess we'll now have to determine course of action.
Oh! I probably said this. I don't remember if I said it actually to John. I did. And then he was like, it implicates your church. But he went to my church. So we can go.
That's what I was about to say. We do know that.
Yeah. So I could call Divinity. Do we have a picture of him? I can see.
I specifically asked Mathias if his cop friend could get a picture of him. So that we
should have that.
Pass around.
Like, I didn't know his name, but I could probably get it from Divinity.
Sure. By all means, do what you need to do. Let's call it like it is. We're professionals. I rely on you to be professional. We work together. Hopefully, we'll make it out and are far richer for it. So, if you need to reach out to your people, Jubilant, by all means, there's plenty of avenues to do so. I'm not your daddy. Same goes for you, Karter, if you have connections, Uilleam, if you have any information on where to go. Until we have more leads, I guess we have to kind of keep chasing our tails, so to speak.
Do you have a picture of the guy? Yeah.
I should, if O'Neill sent it to me. I'll forward it on to you.
Yeah, can he forward it to me and then I forward it to Divinity?
Sure.
That's a question for you, Trey. Yeah. I have forwarded it to Divinity, and I'm going to immediately text her and be like, do you know this guy? Or this guy went to our church. What's his name?
You don't get a reply right away.
Yeah, I'm going to text her like every 2 minutes until she responds. Divinity!
While we're waiting for that,
she hasn't responded within like 10 minutes, then Jubilant's gonna call her.
While we're waiting for that,
voicemail.
While we're waiting for that, I'll look at the group and go, if there's any questions or concerns about my qualifications, please feel free to inquire.
You have a lot of money.
Otherwise,
you got a lot of money, and
You're clumsy.
That's all I know about you.
I have a considerable financial stake. I do.
Do I get this some?
perform well at your job, and you might get some.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Kane?
What about him?
How do you feel about Kane?
I'm indifferent, to be honest with you. He serves a purpose. I'm here because of his, I don't know, bloodline, I guess.
A bloodline that you're a part of.
It allowed me to continue to do the work I do, and I'm very good at, so... I have no qualms. I'm not a believer, if that's what you're inquiring about. I don't sit there and ponder the esotericies of Cain. I don't sit to read Ter's Doctor. I mean, it allows me to continue my work. Good for him.
Can I just interject something here? You say that you're good at your job, yet after 48 hours of you doing this job, we have a church burned down.
Which he didn't cause.
Well, he's in charge of us. So if that
nobody
is
in charge of me.
if his job is
Everyone here is an adult
well, I'm just
who
trying to
can
point
make
out
their own decisions.
that is very true, but his job was to wrangle whatever shit show this is, and we have a burnt down church, a dead body on a tour bus, and you don't have one of your legs. I'm just trying to point out that maybe Mathias ain't as good at his job as he thinks he is.
Well, to be fair, he was never told to wrangle me. He was just kind of being polite.
That's a fair assessment, Uilleam. This isn't my job. This is something that was put on my shoulders by a baron who needed something. I'm not the type to run investigations into murders. It's how do you say, it's trivial and annoying. I have other matters to attend.
For it?
In a sort.
So it's a job.
No, it's a favor. There's a difference. See, to expand upon your question of my credentials, I am a facilitator. I make things happen. I procure goods and services, make sure they meet the right people. I move things around. I know people, connections, things like that. Investigations. That's what I have henchmen for. That's what I have connections for. This is something that that has to do. So technically, it's not my job.
So what you're good at is that you know people.
Know people, know things, know where to get things, know how to move things, know how to procure things, arrange things, facilitate.
At this point, Uilleam is going to simply move something and be like, yeah, I can move things. I know people.
He knows me.
I know Jubilant. I know Omar. Omar's cool.
Yes. I've had Omar a long time in my service. He's a good man.
Yeah, you should thank Omar with a pay rise because he saved your car.
Compensated well above what he needs.
Yeah, you should give him more back.
Good. Uilleam, I have a question for you. Is your elementary school level of petulance going to persist this whole investigation, or are you going to act mature at some point?
Oh, I'm totally going to act like a child. Totally. 100%.
Good to know, good to know.
Only you.
I appreciate your honesty.
It's one of my fun traits.
I mean, maybe if you didn't go around calling us all idiots in plain hearing.
Yeah, maybe you should
You
listen.
murdered 2 innocents in one day.
Karter does have a point as well, Jubilant. Like that.
I was going to say, to be fair, if I didn't have to constantly wipe asses and wipe noses, I think it would be fair.
Saying you're going to wipe my ass.
I might kick your ass eventually to keep your little about. But that's for another time.
You're funny.
I know, you should hear me at the
Wait,
comedy show.
Did Divinity ever respond?
No, she has not, and now I'm just like, has it been like 10 minutes? You said it went to voicemail?
Yep.
I'm just calling her over and over and over and over again, and just have it on speaker while we're having this conversation. Every time it goes to voicemail, I hang up and I call again until she answers me.
So we have a demonic ritual summoning. We have imagery of the sword of. I assume is what you're saying.
Yeah, did we learn that as a group? That's a question that Mihapa has. Would she have recognized that the image in her dream was the Sword of Cain? Would she know that that's what that imagery is?
Not unless you know about the spot.
I know Aleister mentioned the sword, so that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
So we're going off a demonic ritual, loose connections to the Sword of Cain. Did I miss anything?
Yes. Well, I mean, the demonic ritual itself, it did seem like it was like an attempted summoning and binding, and it did fail. And the thing, of course, that concerned me the most was the sword that was carved into his arm or something, right? Or was it his chest? Or you're on mute there, Dread. I think.
No, it's just really quiet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just didn't hear it. Sorry, I'm deaf. Sorry. And was the sword carved into the arm, and it might be that our person either was subject to or a follower of something related to the Sword of Cain, which also might connect it to the Sabbat. I'm not sure if all of you know, but there is a rumored faction of the Sabbat that supposedly do worship demons and might very well attempt a ritual such as this. But yes, Miss Jubilant, the Sword of Cain thing is very concerning, seeing as how you saw it in your dream.
I think she has a question.
Is it out of character, or does Jubilant just want to ask a question?
Jubilant loves to answer questions.
Yeah, yes. You want to ask a question?
What's the Sabbat?
Well, the Sabbat. How do we put it? Well, they are. Yeah, they're
want to murder all the humans.
Kind of. They're extremist followers of. I hesitate to say followers of Cain, but they do use the Book of Nod as their basically as their holy book.
So they perverse the word of God.
You could
and
say
the memory
that.
of Cain.
They often want
Heretics.
They want kindred to embrace the monstrous side and give up our humanity, as well as advocating for Gehenna, which is a type of apocalypse where, well, anyway, it's kind of complicated, but
End of the world.
End of the world kind of demonic type of stuff, and they're all in all generally
Gehenna,
not
I
good.
know, just not Sabbat.
Yeah, the Sabbat, that's like their big thing. But like I said, there is a small packet of them that are rumored to exist that worship the demons and would attempt something along those lines.
So they're trying to
But
bring.
they're
Sorry, go ahead.
but they basically are hidden from most sites. They have been known to masquerade as anarch factions, as well as possibly parts of the Camarilla.
You would also know, Aleister, that even amongst the Sabbat, any faction that worshiped demons would be hidden.
Yeah, okay. And obviously, as everybody knows, anyone who would worship demons doesn't want to make that particular type of knowledge public.
Our mission from Cain is to act as an instrument of God to make this hell on earth heaven. So what I'm hearing, Mr. Aleister, is that we may be engaging in a holy war.
It might very well be something along those lines. It's very difficult to tell at this point. What also bothers me is the Enochian, which it is basically a dead language. It's considered one of the first languages, because I see on your blank faces none of you are particularly familiar with it. You, Miss Jubilant, may know. Well, given your history, yeah, given your history, the way I can explain it so you understand is, it was the language used when Cain formed his first city. Yeah. That was the language that they used at the time, so very ancient. It's not in use anymore. Yeah. But anyone who would use it might still be followers of Cain, perhaps. Which you know about that sort of thing quite well.
But blasphemous, essentially.
Well, yes, obviously they would be doing things not necessarily related to the current dogma and teachings of that section, but so they would be doing it in hiding, underground, perhaps in a catacomb, under it, with as rats hiding in the basement of a church, the Church of Cain.
Was Aleister there when I said my dream?
Yeah, we were all sitting around the table. That's why he said it might.
Just making sure. I can't remember if he was in the room or not.
So your dream in that might help connect some dots there, which is concerning. It is a concerning thing, but that makes me think we may find answers if we investigate places where the followers of Cain are in the city.
Everywhere. This Cain country, I told you that yesterday.
Yeah, so that
Church Cain's got a big hold on St. Louis.
Yeah, so we would have to try to start narrowing it down.
Well,
if that is the way that we choose to go, but that's what I got from the research that I have done.
Question: has Divinity answered me yet?
It's been an hour. No.
I'm gonna call the office of the church.
Okay. Deatherage Tabernacle.
Hello, this is Jubilant. Is Divinity there?
She's busy.
No, she's not right busy. Who am I speaking to?
I'm sorry. I'm new here.
Okay, what's your name though?
It's Tiffany.
Hello, Tiffany. Do you know who I am?
No.
I'm Jubilant. I am Divinity's sister.
I was told not to bother her while she's in service.
I need some information. Do we keep records of people who stop by, parishioners, people who've come to services?
We have a sign-in book, but I mean.
Okay, would Jubilant know when she saw the dude?
What? No, you just know that you've seen him before.
I have to find out what this guy's name is.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And I highly doubt that they have pictures.
In the sign-in book. No.
Yeah.
No, they got a little slot for selfies. You just connect
Yeah,
phones.
just
They got the photo booth.
yeah. They're not
Know your
that
kindred.
crazy.
Getting my worship on.
Can I talk to one of like the vergers who would have been like seeing people come in that I would presumably know?
Over the phone right now?
Yeah.
While service is going on, probably not. They're probably at service helping Destiny or Divinity.
Divinity.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay.
Getting better.
I'm a hang up and I'm gonna be like, well, Divinity's not gonna answer me. So if we want to talk to her tonight, we're probably having to go over there.
How long does service take?
3 hours, depends on how much the spirit moves her, really.
Just a quick question. Did Jubilant bring up Divinity in this conversation while we were sitting here?
You all
Yes.
met her
Aleister, I don't
last
think he even
time.
knows who she is.
Oh,
Well, no, you met her. She was with me when we came up. When I got to the crime scene, Divinity was with me, and then she left.
She was? I thought she dropped you off and left.
No, she
She
got
can-
out, but then she took off after
I
dropping
think
her off.
Uilleam's
I was busy getting tackled by the police.
Yeah,
So.
you
Yes.
were also
Well-
busy
Yes.
with your book, your face in your book
Yeah.
too. So
And
So-
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't paying attention.
And then when you stepped out, Divinity Jubilant told Mathias that the dude went to her church. She recognized him. He sent her
Okay.
a picture of the dude. She sent the picture to Divinity, and then she started texting
Okay,
Divinity like every 2 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, she started calling her. And so like this whole time that we've been talking, Jubilant just has her phone and is hanging up every time it goes to voicemail,
Okay.
and then dialing Divinity back, and then hanging up when it goes to voicemail.
All right, I'll just assume that after all of this, Aleister will have figured it out who
Yeah.
who Divinity is. You believe your sister might have some better knowledge on the comings and goings of?
She's better with names than I am, and she actively is preaching, and I am actively helping, not really preaching all that much, but more on the choir side. Not tonight,
See.
obviously, or last night.
I see.
Kind of.
Oh, I'm curious. We have a victim that goes to your satellite church that we can investigate. But we also have a dream and some connections to Kane, which lead back to potentially J.D. Steele, according to the dream.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh,
We
I
could
just-
see if the victim went to both churches.
Yep. We could maybe do some poking around the JD and see if there's any abnormalities, or maybe some of the people in the area may have noticed something change. Some event may have triggered. It's not much to go on, but as you said, your dreams are either hit or miss. But at this point, we don't have much to go off of.
It's at least a direction to look at. You know, otherwise, it would be needle in the haystack trying to find a church, a specific Church of Cain.
I mean, we're also wondering under the assumption that it's potentially somewhat connected, which that's as ephemeral as what we have now. So until we have further concrete, I say we wait on Divinity, get some information on your thing, and maybe see if we can poke around J.D. Steele's church to see if there's any oddities or anything going around there until something else happens.
Did we
And,
find out the name of our victim?
That's what I
No,
was
that's what we're
trying to
trying
do.
figure out.
Oh, we are trying to find. Okay.
Well, we could just go to her church and ask around.
we do
Ask
that
other
too.
people that are there.
you know,
I
also,
mean, we can do that.
Mathias, you know
Yes.
vampires as much as anyone. You know that if there's a body, that's not an old vampire.
Yep, that's my other line of thought. The other option is we could try and figure out who may have sired the body, who he's connected to, who he's affiliated with.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines that if he's not that old, he might be in the system or police.
Yeah, that too.
They hadn't processed him yet, so
Yeah. Shit.
It's possible that the morgue where his body was probably taken might even have a record of who this gentleman is. I do have a little bit of experience in dealing with people that work at a morgue. I don't have any specific connections here, but I know the procedure.
Are we
I
breaking
can
into
probably.
a
No.
Oh.
No, we walk in the door, act like we're supposed to be there to get information because I am a doctor. A practicing doctor. I use a different name, but and I could. People in the morgue are usually, not very good at face-to-face talking. They are used to talking to dead, or being around dead bodies. So if you basically go there as a and pretend and act like you're supposed to be there, just doing some routine things, you can get in and get out without almost any problem at all, because they'd rather you just leave.
Right. So, are we gonna go as a big group to all three things individually, or are we going to split up? Are we going to attack them all at the one time? What is the plan?
I will say this: why don't we put it out there? Let's see what we feel. I'm perfectly fine talking to some of the people around JD's church. If Aleister wants to go, or have somebody take along with him to the morgue, Jubilant and others could go to her church and ask around, or we could split into two. Tackle the morgue, and then tackle Jubilant's angles, and then go to JD's. However you wish to proceed, I am open to it.
It would be difficult to explain a big group coming with me to the morgue if I am attempting to.
Fair enough.
It probably
something
be
through a
best to
procedure.
just be you, Aleister, for the morgue, since you have the credentials to go in
Aye.
and seem to have some experience doing it.
I'm going to call the church again.
I don't have a problem doing this myself, as long as the rest of you are all right with
Deatherage
that.
Family Tabernacle?
This is Tiffany.
Yes?
It's Jubilant again. I cannot wait for Divinity. You need to go get her. Tell her it's an emergency about a parishioner. Now. Now.
Okay.
Tiffany. Now.
Okay.
I was also going to recommend maybe just Jubilant and Uilleam go to the church.
It takes an hour to get there. It's ridiculous. There's no point in driving all the way out of the city when she could walk 5 minutes to the phone.
As if she knows who it is. If not, you're going to have to ask
I know,
5 people.
but at least this way
A trip.
could save an hour.
You hear angry stomping coming to the stove on the phone.
Grab some of the popcorn off the table.
Jubilant, I swear to God,
Divinity.
you
This is
sent
about the
me
kindred
200
that was.
messages while you know I'm doing service.
This is about the murder, and it's also about being able to keep our church where it is. It is an emergency.
And
Open the
this can't wait until
picture.
I'm done.
No, it cannot, because I need to know if you know who this guy was. Otherwise, I'm going to make things even worse with John, and he is going to kick us out of St. Louis.
What did you do?
I'm fixing it. Look at the
No,
picture.
no. You tell me.
Divinity. Have you looked at the picture, Divinity?
What picture?
I sent you a picture.
By the way, your flip phone does not have the ability to send
Well, no,
pictures.
it's like an LG chocolate.
It's just like one of those flip phones you told me.
Oh, she said it was the old school BlackBerry.
Yeah, I said it was
Yeah.
like a fake BlackBerry.
Okay. Can those take pictures?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
they're shit.
They're shitty, but yeah.
I can't tell what the fuck that is.
Can I email? I'm going to email it to her because they're internet enabled. I'm going to email it to her.
Okay.
That'd be better quality.
Probably.
Yeah. Check your email, Divinity, please. He's been to our church. I recognize his face.
Okay, I don't recognize him, but
Who would? I don't want to drive an hour out there if I can get an answer now.
I will
It is
ask
an
around
emergency.
after my service.
No.
Jubilant, I take it your conversation with your sister went well.
You don't have to be that way.
It appears our dear friend Mathias has a penchant for the sarcasm.
I'm going to make her life miserable.
That's intriguing.
This is about the safety of our family, and she is going against that.
Honestly, this whole thing might be concerning the safety of the entire city, not just your family.
I don't give a shit about the rest of the city. I care about my family.
No, that's being handled. Aleister, you like to go to the morgue?
Yeah.
See if you can get us some information, and
At least find out the name, this gentleman's name, and maybe anything else that that they might have.
I guess the rest of us will go and attend mass.
At which church?
We don't have masses. It's just a church service. That's a Catholic thing. We don't do that.
I know. I'm being blasphemous on purpose.
I need to go talk to the divinity right now.
So how about Uilleam and Jubilant go to the church? And how about
Listen to two people who've already had bloodbaths together.
Go into your own church. You should be
This is
relatively
gonna
safe
end
there.
up well.
Yeah, that's why
You gonna
that's
burn
why I'm
another church?
recommending you to.
Not my church. No, sir.
How about Mathias and I go speak to JD Steele if we can?
I'm okay with this plan. Have everybody else on board?
Sure.
All right then. See, meet back here in 2-3 hours. Yes.
I mean, it's going to take 2 hours just to get to and from
I
the
said 2 to
freaking
3.
church.
I'll tell you this. It's deep into the night.
I'm still waiting for the text to let us know if the haven's been established yet.
You get the text.
Check my phone. Oh, okay. The second thought it is rather late in the evening. I do not know if we'll all be able to complete our tasks before we need to rest. Omar and Hector have arranged for a temporary haven for us within the boundaries of John's barony, which he requested that we stay at. So, if you are all inclined, we can convene there and approach this with fresh eyes and fresh ears in the next evening. But this is your call.
I'm going to my church.
Fair enough.
I will need to rest. I didn't really rest at all last night. My research kind of kept me up. The body's not going to get any deader, so I'm sure that, especially if it takes a while to track down this guy's records, he'll probably be all right in the morgue one more night. I don't mind going to this haven to rest to the rest of the until tomorrow night.
I'm going to set out to go to my church. Uilleam, you staying with them or are you coming with me?
Fuck. Yeah, I'm coming.
We're going to head out.
Fair enough. I'll also see you tomorrow evening.
I'm actually gonna follow him out and say, "Hold up, Jubilant." Once
Yes.
we're outside.
Yes, Mr. Karter.
I feel like you owe me at this point because my leg got ripped off.
I haven't heard. Well, you don't need people.
I don't, but I do want something from you. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It won't even really cost you anything.
Okay.
I would like some of your blood. Not a lot.
Okay. Okay. It's fine.
Oh my.
Okay. If she...
Just gonna offer a wrist or whatever.
cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna bite into her wrist. I'm not
What's
gonna
your
drink a
hunger
whole
at?
lot.
What is your
My
hunger?
hunger's out. It's out.
My hunger?
I'm not.
or-
I'm not.
Both of yours.
Oh.
My hunger's at
Mine's
2.
at 1.
Mine's at
And
2.
I said I'm not drinking a lot. I'm literally just getting like a teeny tiny amount.
Okay.
Okay. Is it enough to like trigger the bond or
No, you need
possibility of
to
bond?
drink at least 1 hunger's worth.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I just want a little bit of blood. That's it.
You say you attempted to bond with. Oh my.
No,
my.
no.
Oh,
That's what I'm specifically saying. I'm not doing a lot. I don't need a lot for what I want the blood for. Okay, we are squared up, Miss Jubilant.
Fantastic. You staying here? You coming with us?
I'm staying here.
All right, let's go, Uilleam.
Okay.
Did
How are we going to get there?
Aleister notice
Get a car.
any of that?
I mean, I drove to Mathias.
I did it
earlier.
outside
You
specifically.
did it outside? Okay.
Yeah, I followed him outside specifically.
I mean, you were all leaving anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. Like, we were kind of like breaking
Yeah,
up
but
to.
He specifically noted that he wanted to follow them specifically
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, I was trying
How
to do
far
it
would you
where
have gone?
Alice.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm,
For this
I'm
interaction.
booking. I am
I mean,
ready to go yell at.
first off, how are you getting there?
Well, I mean, I don't.
The 2 people with cars are going in different
That's
directions than you.
I mean, I drove to Mathias before.
right, and Divinity took the car back with her.
No, I
Yes.
came back out. Remember?
Yeah, today she did.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Where did
Oh,
you
yeah.
leave the car?
At Mathias
It
is wherever
probably-
I
Where
met
we
up
met,
with
At
Mathias.
that gentleman's club.
It was
At
at
the
the
Yeah.
Gentleman's
Gentleman's
Club, that's
which-
about an hour away.
But is that not where we've came back to? Because it's
No.
that. Is it
We went to
Barron's or
Brennan's.
something? Right. Oh, I thought. there was-
Brennan's is different.
Oh, okay.
And the club is about an hour away.
Yeah, it was.
Is-
Everything
Is that
is
taxi anywhere?
where you guys were was closer to where Jubilant and where their church was, because everyone was out there when they decided to take a rest.
is
No,
Omar parked outside?
Matthias went back to the city though.
No, he went to a hotel nearby with
Oh,
Karter.
okay.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was almost day.
Is
Yeah, the
Omar-
only one who really went
Yeah.
back to the city was Aleister.
Yeah.
Is Omar parked outside?
Yeah. Always.
Yes.
Gotta go up and say, "Hey, Mathias is sending us to the Church of Cain out there," and he said, if
Church of
we-
Enochian Revelation.
Yeah, that. And he said if you can take us, he's gonna jump in with Aleister in his car quick.
He's gonna text Mathias.
Yeah, y'all could also y'all could just get a taxi.
I'll tell him
Right.
it's fine.
Come on, let's go.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Lead him
Don't
the
destroy
line.
my.
Leading him the line.
Please don't destroy any more of the car.
Uilleam kicks the dirt off his shoe before getting into the car.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just to make it clear to everybody, Jubilant has a desperate, burning need to be the first to find out who this guy is.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, I know why too.
You're being a pain in my ass, Dred!
Well,
I guess we travel out,
Yep.
and we will suggest to Omar if we can take good time without breaking the laws.
And don't worry. Windows are tinted.
You like the Men in Black?
I think he's referring to the sun. We're not so much worried about the sun. I need to go yell at my sister.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I understand that. I feel that on a personal level.
Right? Sisters. Absolute dog shit.
But I also don't think breaking the speed limit's gonna be a good idea. So just trust it's me. We'll get there.
Well, I guess we're riding with Aleister to the Haven.
Guess so. Or getting a taxi. Or you could get fucking black car service.
Yeah.
We'll get a car. Aleister needs to go get the stuff when if he doesn't want to go.
But no, he's going back to the Haven. Yeah, he's going to the Haven.
Our Haven.
He says he needs to rest.
Yeah, we'll take his car then if we're going to the same place.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So you guys are heading out to the Haven, Jubilant and Karter, heading off towards the church, and this is where we're going to end for the night. Thank you everyone for coming out and joining us. I have been Dread Pirate Reynolds. That's DoxRyan, Chrissy C90, Avery Connors, HabaDacter, and ZemannTheMann. This has been Vampire the Masquerade, Sanguine Stories, Heralds, and Heresies. And until next time,